Look at me. What about me would make you think that I care about your opinion of me? Your opinion of me is not the opinion that I have of myself. You ain't make me, so you can't break me. You didn't build me, so you can't kill me. You know what? God established me. So you ain't nothing you could do to me. I've been him. I've been a difference maker, a game changer. I've been that guy. So what would change? Not a darn thing. I'm not even playing the game, and you got an opinion of me. I love it, but I don't care. And I wish the world thought like that. Youngsters, if you're out there right now, do not give a darn what opinion people have of you, long as that opinion is not consistent of that of yourself. Look at
Let's
me.
run that back.
What about me would make you think that I care about your opinion of me? Your opinion of me is not the opinion that I have of myself. You ain't make me, so you can't break me. You didn't build me, so you can't kill me. You know what? God established me. So you ain't nothing you could do to me. I've been him. I've been a difference maker, a game changer. I've been that guy. So what would change? Not a darn thing. I'm not even playing the game, and you got an opinion of me. I love it, but I don't care. And I wish the world thought like that. Youngsters, if you're out there right now, do not give a darn what opinion people have of you, long as that opinion is not old school, not old fools.
A lot of y'all problem is not getting money, man. Y'all get money, bro. Some of y'all some hustling mom. Woo! I don't want to cuss, but you know who you is. Y'all get money. The problem is what you do when you get it. You blow it on the dumbness, and then at that you scared to lose it. How you blow it on stuff you don't get a return back, but you scared to buy a piece of Apple, buy a piece of ownership in Apple, buy a piece of ownership in the liquor store on the corner, buy a piece of ownership on the gas station, the Burger King you go to, something. Buy a house, an investment house, not to live there, to rent it out, not to live there. We talking about an investment house. Y'all scared to do that. Y'all go put it in the bank account, and guess what? They use the money to go invest it. It's not getting money. Y'all get money, man. Start using it differently. That's it.
What's up, people? How y'all doing out there? Yeah, I just came on this morning to basically, I was getting a lot of questions in the chat about what I thought and what would happen in the next few months to come as far as this Bitcoin situation. And my number one goal is to try to help people create a foundation for the future success of their families. Once again, this live stream probably won't be monetized because I'm gonna go over a video with a lot of copywritten material in it, but I don't do this to try to get monetization. I do this just to share my experiences, share my knowledge, and hopefully, you guys can get something out of it. It's a lot of drama going on out here in these YouTube streets. These people just want to continuously dwell in drama over and over and over again. But I'm gonna bring something that can value your life. So with that being said, we're gonna get into the topic today, and I have already went over this topic before in previous live streams, but it's a lot of new people that really don't get an understanding of what Bitcoin actually is. Why am I so convicted on the future of Bitcoin? And I just kind of want to break that down, and then we can get into the questions and comments in the chat if people have any questions and stuff like that, so we could try to understand what we're doing. The number one thing you need to do is understand, right? Then once you understand, you have faith in the actual asset, then we can go start talking about how do we invest and what do we put the money in and what levels and all of that stuff. Okay, so I want to go over a live stream that I previously did. It didn't get monetized because I had a bunch of copyright and material in there, but I don't care. Right. The goal is not for me to make a lot of money on YouTube. That's not my goal. The goal that I have is to try to help you understand what the concept and what we're doing, and then we can bounce ideas and stuff off each other. All right, so salute to the chat, salute to everybody that pulled up. As you can see, I just want to point something out. When the title is about progress and the title is about what can we do to sustain a healthy life for our kids and family, people don't pull up, right? I understand that. And that's why I'm trying to prove to you and everybody out there that it's not about that, right? Look at the chat, 17 people. Notice how that makes perfect sense. And this is a basic description of our fucking brain, right? As a whole. If I had in the title some type of beef or some type of drama, it would already be 35, 40 people in here. I just need for you guys to understand that. I proved that on my last live stream, right? When I put the title in there about a certain individual that just cussing crazy, it was 100 and some people in here. And they keep constantly telling me that everybody's against our community. Everybody's trying to put their foot on our community. No, man, your brain only attracts to the negative, right? When we talking about actual understanding knowledge, don't nobody want to hear that shit. So with that being said, it's going to be a lot of people left off this train. They're going to be left out of the train, and that's okay, right? That's okay. They don't deserve to be on the train because their brain is not programmed for success. The brain is programmed for drama. That's why they stay stuck in their same position and can constantly arguing and bickering. So, toodles, peace out. You can stay right where you at. And I don't feel bad for you at all. You are your own worst enemy. It's all your fault. Point blank and simple. So let me salute the chat. Let me salute everybody in the building that decided to pull up. I'm just showing you guys the truth, right? This video is not going to be monetized because I already know, but I don't care. It's about building, right? It's all about building. When I want to go off on somebody, people come in. Do you know I'm going to laugh my way to the bank? I'm going to laugh my way to the bank, and I will not feel bad for any of you that's not participating or growing. I swear. It's the truth. So, salute to the chat, man. We got Dubs in the building. We got Yo Thoughts. Salute Miss Yo Thoughts for pulling up. This is going to be an educational stream. We can bounce ideas and stuff off each other. And just notice that at any given time, all I have to do is change the title and start drama, and the chat will flood. Check my last video, over 1,000 views. You are your worst enemy. Your brain is fucked up. Your brain. That's why you're going to stay right where you're at. And I'm happy. It's your fault. Well, salute to Miss Yo Thoughts. We got Double Speak in the building. Appreciate you pulling up. Genesis 1. So glad you're here because you had a lot of questions. And this is a good stream for productivity. Okay, we got Bolo in the building. We got let me see, make sure we got everybody in this that I'm gonna shout out. We got J Dub, Grow Tech G. Appreciate you pulling up. Salute to you, bro. I looked into what you asked me about, but it's hard to find information on that. It's a brand new application that you're looking up. I actually took the time to go check it out. And every time I tried to look for any kind of information on it, it was like in Japanese or Chinese letters. So it's hard to understand. So I know that's a brand new app to the market, and I can't co-sign it or deny it. You know, it has to have a little bit more time on here. But if it's working for you and you're doing good with it, then stick with it. All right. So we got EJ in the building. We got Sassy 81, Nada Watkins, Shirley Kirkland, Meek in the building, Yvette Williams, and Juicy Fruit is in the building. Appreciate you, Miss Juicy Fruit, from pulling up. And you're right. This that money talk right here. Now, if everybody's been paying attention to what's been going on in the actual markets, I told you Bitcoin wouldn't go above 50,000. What happened? We went all the way to 49,000. I told you that Bitcoin would have a nice eruption once the ETF news was announced, but then it would slowly sell off. What happened? We went up to 49,000. Today, we're at 42,000, right? I told you I would hold off buying that news because it was a lot of hype in the market. And if you would have jumped in on the train, you would be in the red right now and you would have discouragement, right? You would be discouraged. So that's good, whoever listening, and you didn't jump in running behind the ETF news, right? I'm already well positioned. So I just let the news ride and play out. Now we're at 42,000. 42,000 was a good level in the charts. If we break below 42,000, we're going to 38. We break below 38, we're going to 35. I anticipate a downward move towards 35. Okay, that's just the market and how the market moves. That does not make Bitcoin any less of a strong asset. You have to understand that, right? The asset is one thing, the price is another. Ownership is the key to wealth. Don't chase the money. If you start chasing money is where you lose, right? You need to chase ownership. Position yourself in a good position. 42,000, I feel we're going lower. I'm just telling you, and I don't care because I'm not here for the day-to-day movements. I'm here for the future longevity of it. You want to position yourself in a spot where you could take advantage of the movements of the market, right? I feel strongly we can go all the way down to 35, right? It's not saying wait for 35. We might even go to 32, like be honest with you. But I know, well, I don't know with a degree of certainty, but what I'm thinking is we're going to start continuously going down towards 35,000, right? If you want to get in to the asset, you average dollar cost average in. Do not put all your money in there because you would be scared of these fluctuations of the price. When the price doesn't matter, it's all about the asset. The asset is more important than the price because the asset is going to grow over time, regardless to the day-to-day movements of the market. Okay. So I anticipate a move down towards 35,000. It doesn't mean you wait for 35,000. If you understand that in your head, right, you understand we can possibly go to 35,000. It's not a guarantee that we go down to 35,000. So if you really like the asset and not the money, you position yourself so you can accumulate the actual asset, right? You might not make it to 35. We might go to 36 and you're sitting there with a buy order at 35 and it never gets filled. This is why you average into your asset, right? So if it were me, I would wait for the break of 42,000. We might drop to 38. I would start to dollar cost average then, right? Knowing that it's a possibility we could go to 31. So I will put a little bit of money at 38, let it go down a little bit, put a little bit of money in 30. The reason why you do that is because at any given moment, it can reverse and go up, right? It can reverse and go up. So you don't want to miss out. you want to at least have something in there in case it does reverse and start going back up. But you need to make sure you position yourself that you're not losing money. Number one is protect the bag, right? You want to protect the bag. That's what we want to do. We want to have an understanding of the asset, and we want to protect the bag, right? Because your bag is why you're doing this, to grow your wealth. So you want to protect that. So you don't want to just dump all your money in there at one time. That's one of the worst things anybody can do. That's called gambling, right? I believe in the asset and I believe in the future of the asset. So I'm not worried about what it's doing day to day. So I got a live stream scheduled that I already did before, but a lot of people didn't see it. And that's fine with me. You know, I'm cool with that because, of course, it's always somebody cussing, and that's more important. It's always somebody cussing, and that's more important than actual financial literacy. You know, that's the fucking disconnect we have. For some reason, we were trained like that from since we were children. You know, we were trained to go to the drama. This knowledge that I'm giving is passed down in families. Okay, families teach their families this. We can't teach our families this because we're so worried about the bullshit. It's just plain and simple. So this live stream will not be monetized, and I don't care. I want to get the information out to help you have a better understanding of what the actual asset is and why I'm so strong on this asset. Then once you get that understanding, now you want to get a piece of ownership of this asset. So that way you won't be left out when we looking at way higher prices than we are at today. All right. So with that being said, let me see. I can be with full transparency. Okay. We're going to go over here and show you my account and what's going on since the price went down. Now, I knew this was going to happen. I told you guys this would happen. You came in here before my account was at 36,000. I said, I'm not selling anything. It's two reasons for that. Because when you buy and sell, you have to pay taxes when you sell on any kind of capital gains, right? I was up maybe 21,000, right? And I knew it was going to drop. But had I sold at that point, I would have been paying a lot of taxes on that money. So 30% of the 20,000 would have been a lot. So I would have to be forced to pay taxes. What that means, they take some of my money, I have to give it to the government. Then when the asset drops, I have to buy it back and then sell it again and pay more taxes, right? Because you pay taxes on your capital gains, not the money you put in. So me understanding that we're going to eventually see higher prices than what we saw already. It's going to break above 50,000. Should I sell right now and be forced to pay taxes, or just be patient and let the market do what it do because I'm well positioned, right? I'm still up 13,000. So let me explain that. I'm making a lot on the way up and I lose a lot on the way down, but it doesn't matter to me because I'm still green, right? And what I'm going to do with this money besides sell it and then look for another asset. So it's all a game, right? It's all a game. I could have sold and I would have been up 20,000 minus taxes, right? 30%. So that's 3,000 plus 3,000. I would have had to pay $6,000 in taxes on that money, which would have did what? With 6 take away 20, would have put me around somewhere at 14,000 in profit. Me just being patient, chilling, I'm still at 13,000 in profit, right? Right around 14,000 in profit. So this would be a neutral for me right now, right? Had I sold, it would have basically canceled itself out, even if I bought back now at this time, because I would have had to pay $6,000 in taxes on that capital gains, right? This is strategic. It's not worth it for me to sell for that little bit of money, right? That's not worth it at that time. It wasn't worth it, right? I'm going to let the cycle play out. When Bitcoin gets to around 80,000 and I'm up $50,000-$60,000, that might be a good time to take profits, right? And sell, because I will have enough money to cover my tax bill. And I will also be positioned for the next bear market to accumulate way more ownership than I have now, right? So it's all a system. That's why I didn't jump and sell. Even though I know we can still go to 35, it wouldn't have been worth it right? You think that you sold and made 20,000, but then when the IRS man come knocking at you, hey buddy, you made 20 bands, I need my bread. Now you got to pay 6,000 in taxes and you're left with 14,000, right? And then you basically canceling your most of your profits out by doing that. I need to go to a way higher number for it to make dollars and make sense to me, right? So I didn't get excited. I haven't been adding anything, right? I haven't been adding anything because I understand we probably going to come back lower than where we at now. So it's not about the money with me. It's about the ownership. I'm proving it daily. Because if it was about the money, I would have sold already. Because, oh, I got $20,000. I could go to, no, that ain't it. That ain't enough. I don't need the money. I want ownership, right? I would start buying again at certain levels. It's just plain and simple. I won't sell because you have to pay taxes on that sell. It's called short-term capital gains and long-term capital gains, okay? Short-term capital gains, you got to pay somewhere around 30% of your profit, and it goes to the government. Long-term capital gains is somewhere around 15%. So I need to hold this asset for at least a year in order to take advantage of the long-term capital gains, which will give me less that I have to pay to the government of taxes once I sell. So it's a strategy. I'm not chasing the dollar. Is my lights on? Yes. My car got gas in it? Yes. My kids got food in they house? Yes. So what am I chasing the money for? And not realizing that I have to pay taxes on these money. So it's all a strategy, right? I watched the hype come in the market. The market hype is going away. We have the Bitcoin halving coming up in a few. Let me show that on the screen because I got that lined up. We have the Bitcoin halving coming up. Right here. Boop. We have this coming up. Let it load up so it could get to the right, right there. 94 days, 20 hours, 51 minutes, and some seconds and all that stuff. So in around 94 days, we will have the halving of Bitcoin, right? The halving of Bitcoin, we're going to get into that. I'm going to explain a lot. Hopefully you guys can get a total understanding of what I'm saying. The way you understand the asset. If you want to be into the asset, that's the best thing to have understanding, right? You need to understand what you're doing. Understand why you're doing what you're doing. Then from you gaining the knowledge is what's going to really gain you the future of hopefully building some type of financial freedom for you and your family. And then you pass this down to your kids so they can understand, and then your kids pass it down to their kids so they can understand. So this is the Bitcoin halving clock. It's a clock. In around 94 days, we're going to have the halving, right? So I want to be well positioned for this halving. What's up, Trina? Amelia News. Appreciate you cleaning the building. Appreciate you guys pulling up, man. This is all about helping, learning, trying to gain some type of knowledge. Mary Mann in the building. Appreciate you pulling up. So this is what I wanted to go over. Once again, this is copyrighted material. It's not going to be monetized. It's not about that with me. I have a nice Saturday. It's free. I'm chilling. I ain't doing nothing. So I said, man, a lot of people was asking questions. I need to give them some understanding. Then we can have a question and answer. If anybody want to hit the link and talk about something, we could talk about it. As far as anything else you guys have on your mind, But other than that, let's get into it. And this is going to be educational. I don't got time to go back and forth with these cornballs on here because they're stuck. I would appreciate if all of those cornballs came in the chat and just sat in the bushes so they can learn as well. I got a spirit of everybody got a family. I don't care if you a complete total jackass. You still need to learn. You're actually the one I'm after. You the dummy that I want to help. You. Because you just run your mouth. That's your best asset is running your mouth, right? You are literally the person that I'm trying to get your attention, right? I'm trying to get your attention. So I feed into your bullshit so you could come and listen, right? That's it. You don't got to like me. I really don't care if you like me, but you can learn something for your family too. Even though you're a despicable person, right? You might start to change that just by just listening, you know? So that's on y'all, man. You know, I'm straight. My life is good, and God's blessed me, and I'm just trying to pass it on. So let's see. We're gonna go right here, and this is what I want to talk about today. So I'm gonna stop the video in parts and try to explain what you're looking at. And yeah, let's get into it. So this is a video that I made already. I edited this, but it's a lot of copywritten material. And then the last time I posted it, YouTube said it won't be monetized. I don't care, right? I'm straight. So let me make sure we got this on the screen. Hold on. I got Trina in the background, and I'm gonna bring Miss Trina up before we get into this.
Hey, Biz.
What's
Hey,
up, Miss Trina?
y'all.
How you doing?
Can y'all hear me good? Can you hear me, Biz?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
I
Yes,
I got a
ma'am.
question. I got a question for you. How you doing, King, this morning? Oh, Biz. So I had been planning a
Oh,
t-shirt.
I'm doing good.
Okay, that's good. Tell the kids, kiss the kids for me. Everybody, my dude, everybody. Oh, Biz, I got a question. So I've been wanting to start my. I've been saying this since I was a little girl, right? I was wanting to start me a t-shirt line, right? So I need to I need you to just like help me out a little, just a little bit. Not no money wise. I'm talking about like show me, like I know how to do the copyright stuff, but for that Boco, you know I don't know how to say it right, but I know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like how like I know you're gonna lose some, you're gonna win some, but I just want you to show me like how to go and invest like in the right way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can help you as much as I can. You know, I can help you try to invest in the right ways. Then we have a lady, Miss Juicy Fruit. I keep telling her she need to start her channel because she's a businesswoman. That's a woman that can offer a lot. Like especially what you talking about is starting a business
Mm,
that would be a t-shirt line. You know, you want to
mm,
get an LLC, and then you have to set up your taxes and things like that. And that's what she's good at because that's what she does as we speak. I don't know
okay.
what her time schedule is, but she would definitely have better insight into what you're trying to do as far as starting that business, right? Because once I
Okay.
get my investing journey and I get a lot of capital build up, she would be the one of a person that I would ask to actually help me set up my business and my
Mhm.
LLCs and get my taxes situated and stuff like that. I keep asking her when is she gonna start that channel because that'll be good for people like you with this question here about starting a t-shirt business. So I don't know too much about actual starting businesses, so I'm not gonna sit here and
Mhm.
lie about that. What I know about is investing and credit. Right, that's my two things that I understand. This is why we do have this community because we can all learn from each other, and that'll help
Mhm.
us grow. So
Okay.
when
Right.
Miss Juicy
I,
Fruit is around, maybe she can help you
okay.
with
Let me
that
ask you one
business
more thing.
idea.
Can I ask you one more thing?
Yes, ma'am.
Look, you know how like I got a clothing store and I got a food truck. So I got a LLC. You know what I'm saying? I got my business license, right? But like it's certain stuff that like that I say that people like, where you get that from? And I write it down, Biz, and I'm gonna get everything copyrighted. But thank you for even listening to me, okay?
Oh no, that's what we're here for. You giving a good insight on what's out there, what people have in their brain. And if nobody talks about it, then it stays stuck in your brain. You know, you want to get
Right,
these ideas out. You know, you want to get these ideas out to the people so we could try to at least help each other. That's what it's about.
right,
So
right.
I appreciate you even talking about it because what you just did just now, you just told Juicy Fruit that she need to get her channel started. You
Yeah,
basically
come on, juicy fruit. Come on,
yeah,
juicy
she's
fruit.
listening to you talk about this stuff. So she's in the chat. So you're helping her. She's probably sitting back like, man, he's right. I need to hurry up and start this channel.
Cause
You
it
see?
ain't, it
So
ain't. It's a lot of people think they so perfect at her, and they don't understand you always gonna need help, biz, regardless of
mm,
what. You know what I mean? You
facts.
always gonna need help, like to lead you the right way, not the wrong way, and not all this mess and stuff. That's why I told you when
Exactly.
I first came on your stuff, I said, biz, I don't believe nothing. Cause you wouldn't even be able to be on YouTube if you were doing all that. But anyway, that's neither here or there. But we talking business now. So biz. So what you mean? Come on, Juicy Fruit. Come on, Juicy. Get that motherfucking channel going, baby. We need
Yeah,
you,
she need to
baby.
get her channel going. It's the truth.
Cause
She
like
need
I
to get
said,
her channel going because it's people that want to start businesses and willing to, try got ideas that can bounce them off of her. That's what she does.
right, right. Cause like I said, I got my LLC because, like I told you, I got my own food truck and then I got a clothing store. But I don't even sell nothing. I just give it away now. You know what I mean? Cause dog taught me how to give back. So I really want this T-shirt line. Cause my cousin had told me the other day, Biz. He said, "Cause you been saying something about that T-shirt line forever. Man, go on get it popping. But I want to know the right way to go to get it popping. You know what I mean?
Right. And that's what she need to get and help do. you know.
Yeah.
So,
Cause I
I
got
mean, I
supporters,
appreciate the
Biz.
question, the comments. This is what it's all about, honestly.
I I got the support biz. I'm talking. I got a couple politicians are gonna support me, but I don't want to just jump out there. You know, how you don't want to jump out there and you don't know what you're doing.
Right. Yep.
Hmm.
And you trying to look for information. You trying to figure it out. You
Information,
you want to
yeah,
you want you, yeah. You have a desire to try to do something, and you want to make sure you're trying to do it right, and you want to bounce ideas off like-minded people that already understand what you're saying that can help you. So
and then
that's
biz.
one
I don't.
person that I do know that's smart with that in that area. It would be her.
Okay. Cause biz, I don't want just like I want to be able to deliver stuff. I don't want everybody because a lot of people don't like to go online and do information. They put their information online. So I want to be to where for I can deliver it to them in my little bags. I'm gonna have my little bags on my little, my logo on my bags and stuff like that. Like I do, like when people, like I feed like a lot of homeless people. So like my cousin or my car said, my cousin fix us a 20-piece hot wing. So I take it to them, but I want to be in the lane to where for uh I just want to be greater biz. That's it.
That's That's crazy, man. I hope that we all can understand that these ideas in your head is nothing unless you do something about it, right? It's nothing in your head unless you start making steps towards progress, right? And I have no clue onto what I hear what you say. You're saying you want to have a t-shirt business, deliver this stuff to the people in their hand with the bag, with your bag with a logo on it, like instead of just a regular plastic bag, it's an actual bag with your business logo on it with t-shirts that you trying to figure out the best way to go about starting doing that. That's wonderful. Now we need somebody to come answer that question for you, right? We need to have
Right.
more people that understands this stuff so they can have channels for you to go look at and say, that's a good idea. Maybe I should start there. Then once they put the information out, you start doing research. Before you know it, you got a t-shirt business popping.
Right.
Yep, that's what it's about. But everybody on here just want to say "fuck you, bitch," all that bullshit.
All
It,
that
it
extra
makes no
shit.
sense. Right. All that stupid stuff just to go back and forth and nobody's getting anything but the person that's talking all the shit. It makes no sense to me. I feed
And
into it for a reason,
right.
because once it start going off, here come the people, then I could drop my gems in between. Even when I was going off, I was dropping gems in between. Right. That's what I like to do.
But big, I don't blame you for dragging the motherfucker. Man, let me tell y'all something. I don't know what kind of people these people are. I think they all was sent and my kids and my dudes and dad is that's off limit. I'm not with none of that. I that's why I be coming on them folks stuff clicking like what the if me and you into a biz, that's between me and you. I'm not gonna say nothing about your kids. I'm not gonna say nothing about your mom, dude. I'm not gonna bring up your past. These folks literally bringing up folk past and get information to make everybody go against each other. But y'all don't know us. I don't know if I can say it on your channel. us racist African American, man, we the smartest people it is out here in the world. We are smart, but their ego, their ego something serious. Like Miss will love company, you know what I mean? And sometimes you do have to
Exactly.
tap them. Sometimes you do have to tap somebody on their shoulder. Keep my name out your mouth. You know what I mean? I just
Exactly.
been coming on. I've been coming on y'all stuff. Now they dragging my name for what? I ain't did nothing. Opinion.
Because that's their version of entertainment. That's their version of learning. They learn how to drag somebody. I don't understand. Instead of learning how to get a business or learning how to invest or learning how to fix their credit, they just want to learn how to drag somebody. And
And that's
that's
another
nothing.
thing, did biz you just said. My credit part, it ain't good, but it ain't bad either. So I'm gonna chop it up with you. Tell one of your moms to drop your IG or whatever. Cause I don't got Facebook. I don't be. I'm old school. I don't do social media. So this new to me. So
Now that credit, I can help you good with that credit. That's what I like to
I
do.
bet.
Building
But
up
tell your
credit.
mom to drop your IG in a. I'm gonna go back in the come in and tell your mom to drop that, cause be I really, it ain't good but it ain't bad either though. You know what I mean? Probably got a
Right.
couple bills on it, not no hat bills though. It's like probably about like 1,000. So I want to get all that straight, and then when Juicy Fruit come and tell us when she do her channel and come and tell us, cause I really want to do that. I've been saying I want my T-shirt line size 15, and I done wrote everything down, little words that people don't say, but I, I went to the copyright people, and they just told me to have a backup plan. You know what I'm saying? So I just want somebody to just lead me in the right way, because I ain't with none of this. Yeah, I will click out. Yes, sir. I will put the Air Max on. But then I like to wear my heels too, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you say you gonna put the Air Max on, and then you like to put your nails on too. Yeah, I understand. You'll
Yeah,
run into
so,
them and give them what they asked
man,
for,
tap,
but then
tap
you
them on
still
their
want to be
shoulder.
classy at the same time.
Yeah. And I got a lot of politics people, like I feed a lot of people biz. I'm talking about in my pocket. So I want to have some money to work for, and I ain't saying I'm like money like that. I'm saying money to work for. I won't have to be broke. You know what I'm saying? Cause I feed the homeless. Like I really, literally go. I don't. You probably ain't never been a member, but it's a lot of people stay up under the highway. You know what I'm saying? And I walk up there. My cousin like, man, you ain't scared of them people. I said, no, I'm not scared of them people. And B is the only reason why I don't put that on camera. Everybody don't want to be on camera.
No, I understand. Because then they
When
feel
you
like you're
giving
using them
back,
for content. Yep. When you give it back,
yeah,
it
and
should come
I
from your
ain't.
heart. It shouldn't come
It
from
come from my hobby. It's
yeah, it
like
shouldn't come from you just wanting attention for doing it.
Like when you remember when I won that 10 on your channel, man, you bought some food to pay to feed people in Memphis. They don't even know that. I won 2 times on your jump. They don't even know you paid to feed somebody. And it's crazy how the older people that's older than us, about 120 years old, on here being messy, man. Y'all stop that, man. Let's get together and let's join together and show each other how to do. Like Biz on here right now showing us, look, this what y'all need to do. This what y'all need to do. It don't take much to make sure
Exactly.
his people are straight. Like y'all
Try.
stop
At least
all that.
try.
Just
At least,
try it.
hey,
You gonna
but this is
win,
the
you gonna
thing, right?
lose.
They not gonna stop because they stuck. That's all they know
But
how to
they
do,
miserable,
right? So
miserable.
what we need to do is find the people that are trying to help and
Right.
subscribe to them. You know, subscribe. We need to change our circle of people and stop fucking with these
Right.
cornballs. And you know, you could give them a little attention when you bored or whatever, but for the most part, we need to get together as a people that you know that has good intentions, and those should be the ones you mainly subscribe and follow. You know what I'm saying? Like Miss Yo Thoughts in the chat. She has a beautiful channel, right? She talks about life. She has wisdom. She has experiences that she could talk, you know, and help people through just by her wisdom, right?
Tell
Everybody
her to
should be
drop her
subscribed to her.
tell her to
Everybody
drop
should be
her
subscribed to her, but they won't subscribe because she's not gonna get up here and just cuss and start screaming and talk about
right.
everybody's parents and
Mm.
stuff. So they don't like that. But I'm subscribed to her, and I have all my notifications on all. You know, so when she goes live, she might have a gym that I need to motivate me for the day. You know, she might have experience that she went through that can help me, right? Instead of me listening to somebody talk about gossip or drama all day. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So I'm
you just
subscribed to Miss Your
motivated me.
Thoughts, and I got everything on all. Right? Some of these people I subscribe to, but I don't have it all on all because I don't want to hear every fucking thing they say.
Right. Well, you just motivated me today on this good Saturday morning. You just motivated me, big. And yo, tell everybody that you rock with, drop they joint. I get on there, and cause I want to learn, big. You hear me? I ain't getting no younger. I'm getting older. You feel me?
Facts. Every day you 1 foot closer to that grave. Every day.
Hmm. And that's why I
Yep. And we
thank
need to
God every
build on
morning.
these type of topics because this is what
Right.
really gonna help people instead of using this platform to spew evil over money. All about money,
Mm.
dollars. You
All
know,
about a
so
dollar.
right. You know what I'm saying? So it's other ways we could build and become a stronger community, especially a stronger people for our own families. Right?
Right.
That's what should be the focus. Is what we doing with our family. Yeah, we could go and laugh and joke and listen to somebody cuss somebody out every now and then. But okay, let's get back to the basics. What's going on?
Back to
How
the
can we
basics.
build? Yeah,
Mm.
how can we build? How can we further um make our family situation a better place or a better thing instead of complaining all the time? You know, so
Or
they
or
always say
starting
when you point
stuff.
the finger at somebody, it's three pointing back at you.
Oh, Biz, why you say that? Because let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna let you go because I know you trying to do your thing. But let me say one more thing. It's crazy you said that, right? When I was 17 years old, I used to catch the bus, right? And this man, he used to say, he say, you the only person ever got on the bus and said, "Good morning, y'all. How y'all doing?" Right? And one day, this particular day, I guess the expression on my face, he be like, "What wrong with you?" But I did say good morning, everything. He said, "Baby, let me tell you something." He said, "I know your spirit good because," he said, "never worry about what nobody say because when they point one finger at you," and he told me to put my finger up, and he said, "Now how many finger point back at you? Even your thumb?" I said, "4." He said, "So don't never worry about what nobody said about you, because when they point a finger at you, they got 4 more finger pointing back at them." You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I want to thank you so much, and you encourage me, and thank you. I'm thank God that even I saw your cause I notification. I don't know how to do all that. So I said, "There go my boy Big, my man's." So I thank you, okay, King, and you stay up, baby.
All right. I appreciate you, and hopefully you just help somebody, somebody else. At least you having ideas that you want to, do. It's better than cussing people. So I
Right.
appreciate you for coming up.
Okay, and I thank you, Big, for letting me come up. Okay.
All right.
Love you, bro.
I love you too. All right. So that's good. You know, we had that talk. Juicy Fruit, I hope you're listening. It's people that want to learn. So, this is something that I had I already did a live stream about, and we gonna get into it. Hopefully, it's spinning like crazy. I'm there we go. All right, so I made this stream before. This is the history of Bitcoin and what Bitcoin actually is, and this is why I like to invest into it. This will give people a better understanding of what the actual asset is. Once you understand what the asset is, and you feel like, yo, that's something that could be big in the future. That's why you want to invest into it. So, like I said, this video is not going to be monetized. I'm not doing it for monetization. This is just a Saturday. We just chilling, learning, bouncing ideas off each other. So that way people can understand why Biz keep talking about this Bitcoin thing. I hear a lot of people say, I don't want Bitcoin. It's a scam. Right? That's what they all say. But for some reason, the stock market just put Bitcoin on the stock market in a form of ETFs, right? But they keep telling you it's a scam and you don't understand. Stop listening to all the people that don't know what they're talking about. Just try to understand what the actual concept of Bitcoin is. Okay, so let's get it. All the way
up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. What you want? Hold up. What you need? What you need? My nigga, come on, stop the music. Stop the music.
They don't want us to win. They want to finish us. They want us broke. They want us miserable. They don't want us to be blessed up. They don't want us all the way up. So what we gonna do is be
all the way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. What you want? Shorty, what you need? What you need? My niggas run the game. We
want us broke. They want us.
Listen to Khaled right here. He's telling the truth.
They don't want us to win. They want to finish us. They want us broke. They want us miserable. They don't want us to be blessed up. They don't want us all the way up. So what we gonna do is be
all the way up.
Cryptocurrency is.
Shout out to Nipsey Hussle. Rest in peace, Nip. I'm trying, bruh. I'm trying to keep that marathon continuing, sir. I appreciate your life and your legacy, man. Salute to you and your family. But listen to Nipsey Hussle, what he's about to say.
I think it's like a form of karma. I think that the banks had such a crooked model that the engineers and software designers and programmers was like, we're not gonna fix this with a protest. We're not gonna fix this with a march on Wall Street. We're gonna fix this with technology. And they created a equalizer that just checkmated the whole game. You know, that's my view on it. It's just like the energy balancing out what went wrong over there, and just the disadvantage that the people were at. The cryptocurrency is balancing that out, or will in the long run. It's gonna take a while, but it's gonna create an option, and you're not gonna have to go operate in that system that led to like 2008, all the banks collapsing and the real estate bubble and all the malpractice of power that, you know, was happening in the banking industry and the central banks and all that. So it's like, damn, that was slick. Whoever came up with that was slick. If you really peep it from a political point of view, you know what I mean? That was real effortless checkmate. You know what I mean? They exited before anybody knew what was up.
Now, Nipsey Hussle is a rapper. This brother had great understanding, right? What he just said right there is lets me know he was very wise, very smart, right? He didn't have an attention span of a fool. He wasn't gonna let you talk crazy to him. He was always thinking about building and growing. And then his explanation of what Bitcoin is and why it was created it was effortless for him to say that. All right. So I want to go back and listen to it again. Right? Listen to what he's saying again. So let's see what he's saying. Again, we're gonna listen to him again. You know, rest in peace to this brother.
Was like, we're not gonna fix this with a protest. I think that the banks had such a crooked. Cryptocurrency is, I think it's like a form of karma. I think that the banks had such a crooked model that the engineers and software designers and programmers.
So cryptocurrency right there is, you heard what he said. You know, it's a way to counteract the actual banking system we are in now, right? This brother has a beautiful understanding of it, and he breaks it down to where you can understand why they even created it. Okay?
Was like, we're not gonna fix this with a protest. We're not gonna fix this with a march on Wall Street. We're gonna fix this with technology. And they created a equalizer that just checkmated the whole game. You know, that's my view on it. It's just like the energy balancing out what went wrong over there, and just the disadvantage that the people were at. The cryptocurrency is balancing that out, or will in the long run. It's gonna take a while, but.
So the cryptocurrency is trying to balance out the disadvantage of the people, taking more power from the actual banking system and giving it back to the people. So now we understand that. Now, People don't want to listen to this, but he's smart as shit. Right? He's telling you what the truth is on why it's created. Rest in peace, this brother. Everything he tried to do was upbuild for his community, right? So his legacy and his life was not in vain. You got people like me looking at this, getting a better understanding of why cryptocurrency is important. Instead of listening to the people on the news who's partnered with the banks, try to make Bitcoin look like it's some type of scam, right? And you just listening to the news and you go off of what they say. This brother here, he went a little deeper into it and tried to get an understanding of it, which lets me know he wasn't just on some drama his whole life. Right? He's a rapper, he's entertainer, but he still was taking his time to do research on things. What we all should be doing, right? Nobody say you can't listen to music. Nobody say you can't argue or fuss or have drama. But can we get some knowledge? Can we get some knowledge? He took his time to go get some understanding. So we all should be doing that.
It's going to create an option, and you're not going to have to go operate in that system that led to like 2008.
What system is he talking about? The banking system. Okay.
All the banks collapsing in the real estate bubble and all the malpractice of power that, was happening in the banking industry and the central banks and all that. Mm-hmm. So it's like, damn, that was slick. Whoever came up with that was slick. If you really peep it from a political point of view, for sure. You know what I mean? That was real effortless checkmate. You know what I mean? They exited before anybody knew what was up.
Talk about things
All right, this dude here is a guy called Robert Kiyosaki. He's another billionaire, right? We listening to people that got 100 people in the chat, right? We on YouTube worried about numbers in the chat. This is a billionaire, right? When he opened his mouth, I listen. Right? When he opened his mouth, I'm listening. I'd rather listen to him than to listen to this bull jive that's going on in his app. I'd rather listen to him. What is he saying? I need to hear what this guy is saying. He's a billionaire. This is not what intrigues us, though. Understand the people you're around. This is not what intrigues us. This guy here is a billionaire, and he's trying to talk, and nobody want to hear him talk. We want to hear somebody else talk because they cussing and screaming and degrading somebody else. That's your problem. That's not my problem. That's all you want to consume. When this guy is talking, I'm listening. I actually go search for him to see what he's saying, see his ideas. Right? What is this man about to say? Who wants to listen to what this man has to say? And if you don't think you have 10 minutes to listen to what he has to say, it shows why you fucked up and you in the position you are. And it's not nobody else's fault but yours. So we're not going to pass the buck. We're going to take full accountability for our stupidness and our actions. And then we understand why we in the position we are in. We don't want to listen to people like this because he don't got on Jordans, right? He don't got on no Louis Vuitton. Whose fault is that? So you wake up and you keep doing the fuck shit and you keep staying right where you at and you doing a disservice to your children. You're doing a disservice to your children. Understand, man? I hope you guys paying attention, right? It's not all about screaming and hollering at people. I'm just being straight up. That ain't benefiting you not one bit. You're not getting anything out of that. It's like Days of Our Lives, like a soap opera drama, bullshit series of drama that has no impact on you, that can't grow you from anywhere you are right now. It's the truth.
I don't write or talk about things I don't do.
Yeah.
So like this guy Biden, I'm not Republican or Democrat, but I don't listen to what politics.
Billionaire said, I'm not Republican nor Democrat. So he's a billionaire. He's talking about policy. He ain't worried about Republican or Democrat. He's thinking about policy. Because that policy that these politicians are passing is going to affect his what? His wealth. Right? So he don't care about being identified as a Republican nor a Democrat. He's looking for policies that's going to affect him and his family. We worried about what somebody said about the next person. That's your fault, man. It's nobody's fault but your own. You are what you take in. You are what you consume. That's the bottom line. You are what you consume. If you consume nothing but fuck shit, guess what that makes you? Guess what that makes you? 24 hours a day, you consuming fuck shit. What does that make you? What can you give back other than fuck shit if that's all you consuming? You can't give back nothing. You are fuck shit. If that's all you consume, that's what you are. You are that. And it's the truth.
Politicians say, I watch what they do. So as soon as Biden got elected, I'm not Republican or Democrat, but I don't listen to what politicians say. I watch what they do.
I don't listen to what politicians say. I watch what they do. I don't listen to what they say. I watch what they do. So me personally, I'm not identifying with none of the parties. I'm trying to listen to what he's saying. I don't want to listen to what they say either. I want to watch what they do. Because that's what this guy is saying. And he knows more than me. He's a billionaire. He already did it already. He not worried about what people on this app saying. He thinking about what the politicians are doing. Not what they're saying. What are they doing? It's what we need to be doing. Instead of just voting one way because your mother did it. Because your father did it. Because I'm a Democrat. I'm a Republican. Nah, bruh. What is these people doing? What are they doing that's going to affect me? Let's look at the policy. It's somebody else that talk about that. But they hate him for it. Right? Shout out to Kwame Brown.
So as soon as Biden got elected, his first act was to take off the Keystone XL pipeline.
As soon as Biden got elected, his first act was to take off the Keystone pipeline. The people around us don't know what the fuck the Keystone pipeline is, but they know what somebody got on their lipstick. Once again, look at those fingers pointing back at you. Do you know what the Keystone pipeline is? No, because that doesn't get your attention. Why doesn't it? Because you've been trained to be a fuck shit nigga consumer your whole life. That's why you have no idea what this Keystone pipeline is, what he's talking about right now. But me, I want to learn because he's a billionaire. What is he talking about? He said his first act, he don't listen to what he say. He watch what they do. His first act was to cut off the Keystone pipeline. That was his first act. That was something that Donald Trump had in place. But you so busy worried about the scandals that Donald Trump are in. You're not looking at the policies what he's doing. We had one of the best economies ever under Donald Trump, but you worried about the scandals. You're not worried about the stuff he's putting in law. Because that's not exciting. You want to know, was he at this thing? What is he doing over here? Oh, did you hear that soundbite that he said? That's what you're worried about. Why? I don't understand. I really don't. I don't understand.
So I sell oil. I have oil wells. I have real estate. I have gold mines because I'm an entrepreneur. The price of oil went from $30 a barrel when Biden came in, to $130 a barrel. Inflation went through the roof. And then Biden and the crime family, they work for the Ukraine, Russia, and China. They say, well, the oil companies are greedy. Well, he cut off our oil.
He said when Biden came in, the price of oil went from $30 a barrel to over $100 a barrel, right? Okay. So how was the prices at $30 a barrel? Who was in office when that happened? Trump. When Biden came in, they went up. But you a Democrat though. He's literally passing policies that affect your life in a bad way. But you just want to preach and run around hollering about Democrat. You ain't even care about these policies. You just, I'm a Democrat. The biggest trick the devil played is to make you think he don't exist. It's the biggest trick he played. To make you think he don't exist. And you fall for a hook, line, and sinker. The biggest trick the Democrat play is to make you think Republicans are racist. It's the biggest trick they play. Instead of you paying attention to the policy, you're looking for sound bites. Why don't we start paying attention to policies and vote policy? You can't think that far in the head. You got to hurry up and get back to the fuck shit so bad that you don't want to pay attention to that. Whose fault is that? That's yours. You the worst person in your community. You are hurting your own self. Okay? I know sometimes I sound a little brash, but sometimes that's how you got to talk. You know, people won't listen if you talk to them nice for some reason. You know? So you are your own worst enemy. And it's the truth. Nobody else is hurting you more than you hurt yourself. And nobody else is hurting our generation more than the parents are hurting their own generation because of the bullshit that the parents take in. That's entertaining.
Civilization runs on oil. So when he took out the Keystone XL pipeline, inflation went through the roof, and this is the real problem. The middle class came down. You see, when you raise inflation, he was killing. They took, you're pumping gas in your SUV, your mom and pop, you got two incomes making $100K a year. But gas goes from what to what? He caused, or his group caused the inflation. In financial education, there's fundamental trading and technical. Technical is up and down. So when
All right, now he's talking about the markets and investing, but he just basically told you the person you voted for to put it in office, he just side swindled your ass. That's why you at the pump paying all these prices, because he swindled your ass. The whole administration swindled the shit out your ass. That's what he just told you. Oh, by the way, he's not a Republican or a Democrat. He's talking about policy and what affects his life and his family's future. So you can't say, oh, he's just a Republican hating. Nah, he's a billionaire. Bigger than the politician side. I ain't no Republican or Democrat. What are you? I'm a billionaire. You understand? Trump's all that. I'm a billionaire. You a Republican or Democrat? No, I'm a billionaire. Like, damn. I ain't worried about none of these office, none of that. I'm worried about what are they doing with their policies. You want to be a billionaire? You got to think like the billionaires. You got to think like the billionaires. You can't think like these low budget ass YouTubers. You got to think like a billionaire. The billionaire don't care about policy, about party. He care about policy. So if you want it to be like that, you need to start thinking about policy and not party. I hope you're learning something. The next time we're going to vote is coming up, and you're going to vote on party because you don't have the time to look at anybody's policy because you're so worried about what this cornball said about that cornball on this platform. All I need is a few people to pay attention. I don't need everybody to pay attention. That's why I know this video not going to be monetized, and I pretty much don't care. Because maybe it's somebody out there that was just voting Democrat their whole life, not even worried about a policy, just worried about my brother. We got to vote Democrat when you ain't paying attention. Both of the candidates white. It ain't about my brother. It ain't about the black community. They both white. What are they doing that's going to affect your life? So maybe the next time you go vote, you vote policy and stop voting party. Because I'm not Republican nor Democrat. I'm looking at the policy because I want to be a billionaire. I want my family legacy to be billions. You understand? If I don't get to a billion, I'm going to hopefully get to a couple million. My family. Maybe that's a gem for the next person going to the poll. Stop looking at what it say, Republican, Democrat. It's too easy. You just, oh, I'm Democrat. You're just too easy. You're easy. You're easily swayed just because it say Democrat on there or Republican. Vote policy. That's what I learned from that little segment right there. I'm not about to just run to the poll and just say I'm a Democrat, check the box and roll out. Nah. Before I get to the poll, I'm gonna see, what are they doing? What are their policies they're trying to make? What laws are they trying to pass? I'm gonna vote for this guy because I like his policy, not because Clinton had a girl under the table and had a shirt. Ooh, look at Clinton. Nah, bruh. They got you in the trap because you so weak-minded that you can't think outside the box. Whose fault is that? Yours. They got a bunch of weak-minded people voting on party. I'm just saying.
I saw Bitcoin go to 20,000. I don't know what it was. Then it dropped down to $1, so it's toast. But then it came roaring back. So when it hit 6,000, I bought 60 Bitcoin at 6,000.
Did you hear what he just said? Why this billionaire buying it? He said he bought 60 Bitcoins at $6,000. He saw Bitcoin go up and he saw it drop. And then he saw it come roaring back. He's an investor billionaire. He bought it at 6,000. The price today is 42. He didn't buy it because of the price. Because if he would have bought it because of the price, he would have been bought it. He bought it because he's trying to see what it is. Why is he interested in it and you're not? Why? Because of what you consume. Because of what you take in. He bought it at 6,000. He bought 60 of them at 6,000. So let's see what the return is on that investment that he just made. That this guy right here just made. Right? Let's look. I got my calculator out. So we got 60 times 42, 1, 2, 3, 42,000. 2.5 million. Right? He 2.5 million. That's what I'm looking at. 2,520,000. That's what it's worth right now when he bought it at 6,000. So let's see what he spent on it. So we got 60 times 6,000. He put $360,000 in there, right? And right now that $360,000 is worth 2.5 million. But you worried about what this person said about that person. Are you paying attention? Billionaire don't give a fuck what this person say about that person. He looking for his next money move. Right? So I'm watching this like, damn, what am I doing? He put in 360,000 and now that 360,000 is worth 2.5 million. So he literally made $2 million. Because matter of fact, a little more than that. Like 2.1 million is where he at with it so far. If he didn't buy any more. But let's keep listening to what he said he was going to do. And then I got people saying, is the price too high? This man ain't worried about the price. He worried about the asset. He's worried about the future of the asset. He ain't worried about the price. He worried about what is this thing? Why should I own it? And let me get that. He put his research and time and money into this asset. But we are not paying attention at all. It's driving right by our face. 6,000. That shit is at 42,000 right now. We missed a whole bunch of opportunity because we so consumed with bullshit. Like it's some real talk going on around here, man. You guys need to, get your mind right. I'm not talking to, a particular person. I'm talking to the community as a whole when I say that. We need to get our mind right. It's time out for the fuck shit. Right? We got to pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention to what the powerful people are doing. So you could at least follow in the footsteps, right? You got to follow the footsteps of geniuses, not dummies. So, I mean, I don't know what else to say about that.
I think today it's at 20,000.
So yeah, it's around about 21,000.
Yeah, but so the more I'm in it, the more I realize that that's sustainability. So the reason people
The more he's in it, the more he realized it has sustainability, right? When he made this interview, he said it was around 20,000, right? Were you watching this interview? No, you skip right past it, turn on BET, and then you blame everybody else. Were you looking for this shit? No. I mean, come on, man. The more he's in it, the more he realizes it has the stability, sustainability, right? Pay attention, man.
buy Bitcoin is the same reason I buy this and I buy this, is I don't trust this.
Woo! He said the reason he buy Bitcoin is the same reason why he buys this, which was silver, or this, which was gold, because I don't trust this. And he puts up paper money, but he's a billionaire. So Biz, how can he be a billionaire and he don't trust the money? Because he's trusting the assets that create the wealth. Assets create the wealth, not the money. He don't trust the money. He's telling you that. Me too. I don't trust the paper dollar at all because they keep inflating the money. You keep running around here chasing dollars. I'm out here chasing assets. I'll need to find me an asset. The hell with these paper dollars. This billionaire is on here telling you, I buy Bitcoin because it's of its sustainability, and I don't trust the dollar. I buy Bitcoin, gold, and silver because I don't trust the dollar. And I'm here to tell you, I bet you he wish he took all his money out of gold and silver and put it into Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is the fastest growing asset in human history. But you so busy worried about fuck shit. Understand? I don't know how much harsher I can say this so you could pay attention. Because if I'm up here talking nice, you ain't gonna want to hear what I say. That's another. We are only a product of our environment. We can't change that unless you change your mind. It starts in your brain, Okay? Look at this billionaire talk. So when I hear him say something like that, that catch my attention. Like, yo, what is he talking about? And once again, in this interview, Bitcoin was only at 20,000. And I'm pretty sure that this man on the screen right here, this billionaire, probably got way more than 60 Bitcoins by now. He probably bought more.
It's the same reason. I want to say one last thing. I mean, these academic geniuses like Bernanke, the PhDs from academia, he destroyed our economy. Bernanke destroyed our economy by dropping interest rates so low and printing money. Now we're the biggest debtor nation in world history, and they give him the Nobel Prize. What is wrong with our country? What is wrong with us? And we're supposed to be the reserve currency of the world after 1944. Why don't we teach kids that? Why don't we teach them it's a 1619 project that changes history?
I got to show you something. Let's run that back. I want you to look at the top of the screen because I screen recorded this on my phone, okay? This is what I'm trying to help people, man. I swear to God. I ain't getting nothing out of this. I don't, man. I do this to try to help people, like, straight up. That's why I do this. That's why I'm even here, because I don't have to be here entertaining this bullshit. I could literally just watch shit like this all the time on YouTube. I don't got to come here and entertain these fuck niggas on this app. I'm doing it on purpose. I'm trying to entertain these fuck niggas so they could come and listen to what the fuck I got to say. Because I actually care. Because if I didn't care, I wouldn't be nowhere around this sector. Because it's a lot of fuck shit going on. But I'm like, yo, let me get in here with my folks. Let me get this shit popping. Maybe I could get a few of them to pay attention. Because it's bigger than this dumbass YouTube app. Motherfuckers is crazy on this app. Right? It's way bigger than this app. We need to get these motherfuckers' minds opened up. So what can Biz do to try to help his community? I don't need to go where everybody else understands this already. I need to take my knowledge and bring it to people that don't understand so I could get them woke the fuck up to what's going on. If I don't get them all, maybe I get 20 people. Those 20 people got kids that might end up to be 40 people. Then they take this information back to their community and they start talking to their friends in real life, right? And then next thing you know, it's more of us into this type of shit than it's more of us into this fuck shit. Pay attention to your circle, man. Like real talk, yo. Or you gonna always be stuck looking like a dummy. Always. You're never gonna grow. You are what you consume. This shit was powerful. Now, I want you, and we're going to rewind it just a little bit because I want you to see the notification that pops up on my screen while I'm screen recording this, right? I want you to see that.
Currency of the world after 1944. Why don't we teach kids
You
that?
see what that said? Hold on.
Why don't we teach them
Damn,
the
I missed it. It came
1619
so
project
fast.
that changes history? After 1944.
I had my hand.
Why don't we
Boom,
teach
there you
kids
go.
that? Why do we with our country? What is wrong with us? And we're supposed to be the reserve currency of the world after 1944. Why don't
Right there on my screen, that was a notification that hit my screen from Webull app, the S&P 500. It was telling me what's going on. That's more important than anything that motherfucker got to say on his app about me or about anything. When I'm looking at right there, boom, popped up on my app. I'm like, yo, what's that? So where my attention at? You think I'm so focused on these clowns? They ain't making me a fucking dollar. Fuck that. What's going on? Bloop, bloop. Let me get this notification. Let me see what's going on right here. I don't just talk that shit. I do what I say, right? When somebody irritate me that much, I come on, I speak a lot of truth. It comes off a little harsh, but it's a lot of truth coming out of there. If you could take out the words that I use, because sometimes I use a lot of cuss words because I be wanting to cut. I be wanting to cut deep. You know, you got to cut, bleed that shit out so they could put the bandage it up right. I want to cut you when I talk to you. I want to cut you so deep that you try to figure this shit out, right? When I'm talking and I'm screaming and hollering at somebody, I want to cut them. It's the only way we got to learn. I got to cut you so I could bandage it up, or you can bandage it up the proper way so you could become better, right? So you can heal and become better. But I got to dig into you and cut you the worst way I know how so you could pay attention. That's it. They got to do it to me too. I've been humbled to the lowest level, and it changed my thought process. That's all I'm trying to do on this app, because it's very easy. I could just click off and not even pop my face around here no more. I'm going to be fine regardless, because I got it in my head. I don't need to come on this app and talk to nobody. My brain is straight when it comes to certain things. I got more good in me than I got evil. So I'm doing people a favor by keep trying. And it's all in the history of, all you got to do is look at my channel. If people was paying attention to me, I bring more good than I bring evil. But you don't want to hear the good. All you want to hear is the evil. Look at the notification that popped up on my screen record when I was screen recording this. Why am I even screen recording this? Because I'm trying to get people to pay attention to this shit.
we teach kids that? Why don't we teach them the 1619 project that changes history? You know, why is our education system so corrupt? But that's the story of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. My poor dad, PhD from Stanford, Northwestern, Chicago. He knew nothing about money. My rich dad never went to college, but he did know this was real and this is not real. And that's why I wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I said, why don't you Poor Dad? My poor dad changes history. You know, why is our education system so corrupt? But that's the story of Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
I'll tell you why the education system is so corrupt, because they don't want us to learn what's really matters in life. That's why. He said that's why he wrote the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. His poor dad had a PhD. His rich dad was worried about assets. The PhD dude that was chasing money, that was working all his life just for money, he was the poor one. Damn, Biz, how you got a PhD and you poor? Because you don't understand how money works. You don't understand what is an asset. Got a PhD and that's the poor one. The rich dad ain't even have no schooling. He understood assets. Why you don't have any assets? Explain that to me. Why you don't have any assets? Man, this right here is an eye opener. It's a total eye opener. His poor dad had a PhD. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's a famous book out here. His poor dad had a PhD. You don't even have a PhD. A lot of people don't even have a PhD to be even considered to be poor. Pay attention to what this billionaire is talking about here. You got a master's. You might have a high school diploma. His rich dad ain't have none of that. His rich dad understood assets. You don't have no assets. But you want to talk so much shit about somebody on this app, yo. This shit is bugged the fuck out to me. And you wonder why you stuck. You wonder? You really want to know why you stuck? It's your brain. It's you. You're taking in the bullshit. You're not trying to understand what is this man talking about. So, me personally, I don't care. I'm trying to help, but I'm not going to lose any sleep if you don't learn. Because Biz got assets. Biz is trying to get more assets. Biz is paying attention to these rich folks. I'm listening to what they're saying. I want to learn from him. I don't give a fuck what this person said about that person. Makes me no money. Or no future legacy for my kids, right? I'm trying to understand what this man talking about. He got to jump on me, but I'm trying to catch his ass.
My poor dad, PhD from Stanford, Northwestern, Chicago. He knew nothing about money. My rich dad never went to college, but he did know this was real and this is not real. And that's why I wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I said, why don't our schools teach us about money?
Why don't the schools teach you about money? Well, we know why. Because they'd rather you running around talking shit all day. Because if they teach you about money, then they want to make all the money. Right? They want to make all the wealth. Gotta pay attention, man. Gotta pay attention, man. Hold on. KB in the building? I see somebody say Kwame. I don't see. Let me look. I don't see him. Well, shout out to KB if he is in here. I didn't see him in here, but salute to him. I seen somebody say Kwame. But this is the truth. What this man is saying. Why don't the school systems teach you anything about money? They don't want you to learn about it. They don't want you to understand the financial system. They rather you watch BET all day. They rather you listen to the rappers. Because one more person that subscribes to that shit is one more person that they have to worry about competing with them. Right? They want to dominate and control. So one more person that subscribes to that dumbass bullshit is one person less they have to worry about competing with them. I want to compete with them. And I'm not going to be able to compete with them if I have no clue as to what's going on. Change your mind. It starts with you. Change your mind so that way you can help your kids, man. You only got a short time on this earth. What are your kids learning? Are your kids going to be the next subscriber to the bullshit? right? When your kids turn 18, are they going to sub up to these cornballs? And I'm just being honest. Excuse me. Your kids going to be subscribers of bullshit because mommy and daddy was subscribed to bullshit. Let's put some real shit in this house so my kids can learn something that's substantial. The school system is corrupt. This billionaire is telling you that, man. I'm not saying it. I agree, but this billionaire is telling you that. What is he talking about? You want to review a video of somebody arguing and screaming and cussing? Review this fucking video and pause it and stop it and try to learn what he just said. Like you do with everything else. Listen to what they said right here. Stop. No, listen to what fuck he just said. Yo, man, I'm trying. I swear to God, I'm trying to help you. Some of what I'm saying might sink in. That's all my goal is. Some of what I'm saying might sink into that thick ass scalp you got over there. Your thick ass, hard ass head. Right? You might get it in there just a little bit. And the next time you see this man talk, you might stop and listen and review and pause and listen to every single word that come out of his mouth. Fuck these cornballs' mouth. They don't know what the hell they talking about. Maybe that might happen in the future. Next time you scrolling through the channel, you might see something. You might, let me sit down and listen to this and see what they talking about. Hopefully, I'm just trying to help, man.
Don't they teach this is in 1964? President Johnson took this off the gold standard. Why don't they teach us in 71? Nixon took this off the gold standard. That's more important than sexual bending or critical race theory.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it's garbage what they're teaching kids.
Whoa! Why don't they teach you that they took us off the gold standard? Why don't they teach you that? That's more important than this garbage, critical race theory and all this garbage they teaching. He's a billionaire. You know, up and down about all this other shit that don't matter. And that's the design. It's designed like that. It's very few people that want to pay attention to this type of shit, though. Because they design you like that in school. Right from a young age, they targeting you. The only way you learn about this shit if it's the family that teach you. That's why the money stays in the family. Break the cycle. Break the curse. You take initiative to break your own family cycle. You got to do it. They're not going to do it for you. And if you don't do it, your kid's going to come up until one of your descendants of your family legacy is smart enough to pay attention. Because if you don't teach them, what are they going to learn? Next thing you know, they're 50, 60, and now they got great grandkids and nobody understand none of this shit until one of them that's born say, yo, something ain't right here. Let me pay attention to this. Why can't you be that one? You can be that one easily, very easily, just by changing your mindset and taking in stuff that can help you. Taking in more good than you take in bad. You can be the start of that. Don't wait for your great-grandkid to be that one because you're just taking time from your family legacy name. It's all about your family legacy. You know that, right? Because when you die on your tombstone, it's going to say your name, a date of birth, and a date of death. That dash mark right there is you. You the dash mark. You know that, right? Go look at any cemetery. You're a dash mark. You got the date of birth, the date of death, and that little dash mark right there. That represents your life, that dash mark. That's deep. All I am is a dash mark out here. That's all I am. What am I about to leave with this dash mark? And then you might have a quote on the bottom, just a quote of somebody else that you did, unless you made any type of impact and you had a famous quote, your family will put that on there. But just think about that dash mark right there. That's it. A dash mark. I'm a dash mark. Man, that's very deep right there. So what am I going to do while I'm being that dash mark? What am I going to do to try to help my family's legacy? Because I'm just a dash mark and I'm going to go in that ground one day. Whether I like it or not, I'm going in that ground. So can I do anything impactful with this dash mark? Can I be any kind of help to my family's legacy with this dash mark? Because in 15, 25, 100 years, somebody could look back and say, man, it all started with this brother. It all started with my great-great-great-great-granddad. He started this legacy in my family. And now we sitting under a nice tree that's blossomed with flowers and big leaves because of him. All you're doing is prolonging the process for your family to become great. That's all you're doing. It's prolonging the process because it's going to be one in your family that got a bright idea. Maybe he won't even push that bright idea because he's not confident to do that because you're not teaching any kind of substance. You got to look at yourself in the mirror and realize that I'm not lying to you. I'm telling you the truth. We are dash marks out here, walking around dash marks. What you going to do with your dash mark? Date of birth, date of death, and you the dash mark. Your life is that dash mark. I want my dash mark to be, I really wanted to make an impact. I don't want it just to be there for no reason. Just there. Nah, bruh. I want my life to mean something to my family more than anything else. I'm just saying. Dash mark. Remember that.
The smartest people in the room that are the most excited about this. So what are they seeing?
The internet changed the way the world communicates. Bitcoin changes the way money works.
You can basically put a bank in your pocket.
Want to buy some secret stuff?
There is now a new note that people are starting to talk about, the Bitcoin.
The money of the future.
Bitcoin was created to provide an alternative to the banking system.
Now we're going to get back to the Bitcoin. Now we had a lesson about, understanding finances, right? So this is my favorite asset in the entire world because it's the fastest growing asset. I've done hours of research on it. I understand it. I understand what it's there for, right? I've done hours of research on this. I don't need to do hours of research on somebody's wig. Pay attention to what I'm saying. Me doing hours of research on somebody's wig is not helping me or my family because you're doing hours of research because look how many hours you take out your day to focus on somebody's wig. This is crazy, man. Right? It's so crazy. I swear I just want to help you. Even the wig. Hop your wig ass in this chat. You understand? You don't got to type, but hop your ass in this chat and let's try to build something. And then when you're not in this chat, you could cuss and scream and holler, whatever you want to do. But at least do that for that dash mark. You dash mark. We all dash marks. Walking around dash marks. You got to pay attention to what I'm saying, man. Go to your cemetery, your local cemetery. It's a very sad place to be, but just walk around in there and look and see that is a stone just has a dash mark. That's your life. That's crazy if you think about it, right? What are you going to do? How can we stop this curse? Are you going to just dwell in pity? Or are you going to open your brain like, you know what? Let me try to understand a little bit. That's where it starts at, right there. What the book say? Anytime you hear me reference the book, I'm talking about the Bible. I think it says something like, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. I don't know the exact scripture, but I've been in church before when I was younger, but it say, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Starts in your mind. You have the power to click on what you want to click on. You have the power to consume what you want to consume. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. You need to renew your mind, man. Everybody does. Even me. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect by no way, shape, or form, but I'm trying to renew my mind. I'm trying to, transform my life by renewing my mind. That's what the books say. Right? Your mind. It starts in your brain. You are your own worst enemy. It's not nobody else but you. You have to change your mindset. You have to change your mindset. It's just simple as that. If you don't change your mindset, you will be the same. You'll be the same, So I'm just trying to help, man.
We are in the midst of a serious financial crisis, and the federal government is responding with decisive action.
Unlike most currencies, Bitcoins are issued according to a set of fixed rules. The idea was to create money whose value couldn't be manipulated by a central authority.
The government, no matter how many...
Boom. Yo, this is so powerful, right? I gotta run this back. He's telling you why Bitcoin was created, right? So this is what you need to understand. Before you go buy Bitcoin, you need to understand it, right? You need to understand why it was made and all of this before you start to go buy it. Don't just take my word for it, right? Pay attention to what he's saying, the reason why it was made and what it's doing. Then look at the history of it and you understand, this is the best asset on the face of the earth, period. Done. Right? I've seen people sell all their real estate and put it in Bitcoin. I've seen that because because my mind has been transformed, right? My mind has been transformed. So I'm looking at these financial sectors. I done seen people sell all their real estate and put it all in Bitcoin. You call a person crazy? No, not me. Once you understand the research and history of what it is, taking out the price, all right, let's say Bitcoin is $0. Would you want to get some of this asset? Don't worry about the price. Don't worry about the money. Stop it. Worry about ownership, right? Worry about the ownership. Ownership of what? What are you owning? You owning Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin? They're trying to explain it to you, right? So let's run it back just a tad bit so you could we could catch this information. Let's try it. Let's start right there. See what it's.
Bitcoin was created to provide an alternative to the banking system.
We are in the midst of a serious financial crisis, and the federal government is responding with decisive action.
You see the print and press? See the print and press? This is what you chasing. Copy machine. Man, you chasing this shit right here. Look at what they doing. Printing it. Printing. Can't do that with Bitcoin. This is why the value keeps going up, but your money keeps going down. When you look at the gas pump and you think that your gas price is rising, no, that's showing you right in your face that your money is becoming worthless. Right in your face. When you go in the stores and you see these high prices, you think everything's going up in price. That's not what's happening. What's happening is your money is losing value because of this. They keep printing it. This is why you just saw Robert Kiyosaki say, yo, I don't want none of these money. I don't trust this dollar because of this. I trust these hard assets. I ain't worried about chasing these dollars. I'm chasing these assets because these assets are going to go up in value just like the gas, like everything else you see go up in value. Your potato chips, everything, right? Your meat at the store, your eggs, it's all going up in value because your money is going down in value. But you keep constantly chasing a dollar that they're doing this, printing that shit. Just printing. Nah, what can change the way we operate? They created Bitcoin for that. You saw Bush up there in the financial crisis of 2008. This is when these people say, you know what? We about to fix this problem with technology. You heard Nipsey Hussle say it, right? So you need to do some research on what are these people talking about. This is where you need to be doing all that research at instead of worrying about all this other shit. Like I'm just being real with it. That's it. I'm just being 100. trying to be the realest I can so you can understand that you your biggest enemy. Look at this printing press right here. Just printing money. What you supposed to do with that? Turn the copy machine on. Let's get it. Let's get all these money out here. And then you chasing this dollar right here that they could just print whenever they want. Look at this shit. Stacks of money they just print. This is crazy. It makes you start think like, yo, maybe he's right. Maybe they are devaluing our currency. Maybe I shouldn't get some hard assets. Yeah, duh. Yeah, you should.
Unlike most currencies, bitcoins are issued according to a set of fixed rules. The idea was to create money whose value couldn't be manipulated by a central authority.
The government, no matter how many guns they draw, cannot change a mathematical problem. They can point their guns at 2 + 2, but it's always going to equal 4.
It takes time to understand.
Yo, that was beast. No matter what the government say, they can't change a mathematical equation because that's how the principles Bitcoin was made on, right? He said no matter how many times they try to point their guns at math, 2 + 2 gonna be 4 regardless, right? So they using a mathematical equation. That's the concept of Bitcoin. It cannot be controlled by no central authority. You see what the central authority doing? Just constantly printing money, right? That's what your banks are doing. They are controlled by a central authority that just kept constantly printing money. It's the banking system we have now, which is slowly deteriorating. I don't know if you guys paying attention to it. Everything is going digital. So I need the best digital asset that I can get, which is Bitcoin. I'm just being straight up. Cryptocurrency is changing the game. You can be a watcher and not a doer and watch this shit take off around you and you be mad and your kids grow up like, yo, why my family don't got none of this? Why they ain't invested in this? Well, I'm sorry to tell you, kids, but your parents so busy worried about somebody's wig. I mean, that was more important to them. Was somebody's wig. I don't know what you need to talk to. Go to that dash mark and ask them, why are you worried about is a wig?
The same way it took people time to understand what the internet was back in 1994.
That little mark with the A and then the ring around it. At. See, that's what I said.
Hey, this shit right here.
The way it took people time to understand
Right?
what the internet was.
Listen to these news reporters talking about the internet. The internet took over the world by storm. This is kind of like what it is. That's why they talking about this, because it's kind of like the idea of cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. Nobody kind of grasping the idea of it. But now as we look back and see these people talking about the internet, look what it say. A strange new world of the internet, right? If the early investors that were around and they was investing into the internet, they are sitting back, chilling, their families, everybody's comfortable because they were investing into these publicly traded companies like Microsoft, like Google. It was somebody like me that was looking and seeing the transformation of the world from newspaper articles every day into this internet thing. And people were laughing about the internet. They didn't even understand the concept of the internet. But somebody was investing into companies like Google, Microsoft, Apple. And now that their generations are comfortable because of an investment that somebody made into this when it first started. Hence, we have Bitcoin. Now, they're going to say, Biz, Bitcoin is already at $50,000. And I will tell you this, they just put a ETF on the market 2 days ago. This is just now becoming solidified as an asset at the value of $50,000. Biz, did we miss the boat? No. How long has the internet been around? You have not missed the boat. It's just a baby. At $50,000, it's just a baby. It only been around 10, 11 years. It's the fastest growing asset in human history. Can we get seats on the train for the next technological breakthrough, just like the internet. Just like the internet. Look at these, what I'm about to show. These news commentators are on here looking like fools. When people look at it right now, they look like total fools because they didn't know what the heck was going on. He's like, you see the little @ symbol? What's the @ symbol? Everybody has an email. Everybody has an @ symbol. Whoever invested into this, when people were doubting it, not understanding it, trying to figure out what's going on, it was people doing research behind it. They figured, yo, this might take the world by storm. Boom, in a tree, in a mansion somewhere. The kids is comfortably financially stable. We don't have to worry about bills. Now let's worry about creating other forms of wealth. Bitcoin is looking at you right in your face. Like, yo, this could be the next internet, and you not paying attention to it because somebody got a dry ass wig on. Like, I'm just saying, you need to pay attention to this shit, please. I'm just saying, you don't have to listen to everything I say, but I'm just saying, like, yo, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Please, can you do that? Can you try? You know? Pay attention to this. This is when the internet first came out and how these people were confused about it.
94.
That little mark with the A and then the ring around it? @ See, that's what I said. Kay said she thought it was about.
Yeah. Oh. Internet is that massive computer network. The one that's becoming really big now. Allison, can you explain what internet is?
Working as hard as you can for a currency that's being consistently debased by someone behind that curtain. And if you work your entire life and you make every sacrifice, they can still take everything you've done from you in 12 months if they wish to just turn the dial to the left hard enough. And once you realize that, you realize that there's no point in playing a game that is rigged. But on the other hand, going on strike and waging a full frontal attack on the game that is rigged is just making yourself a martyr. There are a lot of things that I disagree with in this world, and I'm sure there's a lot of things that you look at and disagree with in this world, but I have the humility to know that I can't change those things through a full frontal attack. I can just become a puddle of blood in front of the tank or in front of the wall. Satoshi gave us a place where we could win, and a strategy we could win. And the strategy is withdraw your economic energy from the currency, which is the rigged system, and move it into a currency which is to your benefit. Not only do you move your energy into a system that isn't continually bleeding you, but it also turns out that not only is Bitcoin not an inflationary currency, Bitcoin is a deflationary currency which is viral and getting stronger.
So what is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is...
Now, this is where we need to listen up, folks. So you need to understand, what is Bitcoin, right? The guy you just saw is Michael Saylor. I think he is he's probably the most biggest owner of Bitcoin. He got like almost 200,000 Bitcoins. You do the math on that. Let's do the math on that. Right? 200,000 Bitcoins. This is what intrigues me. So we got 200,000 times 42,000. All right. Now I need to turn my calculator to the side for this answer. Jesus Christ. Billion. So that's 8,400,000,000. $8 billion. Wait, whoa. $8,400,000,000. $8.5 billion. This man that you heard talk has in Bitcoin. And you have none. Make it make sense. Now we need to understand what is Bitcoin. Okay, this is why this part comes in.
Is a revolutionary technology that enables a new way to send payments over the internet. You can think of it as an open accounting system where thousands of computers all over the world work together to track ownership of digital tokens called bitcoins. When you send someone bitcoins, the transaction is broadcast to the entire network. After it's verified, it's recorded in a public ledger called the blockchain. The blockchain contains a record of every Bitcoin transaction that has occurred since the system began, and it's shared and maintained on the network, so everyone keeps the books, so to speak. Most currencies are issued by a central authority that controls the money supply. Bitcoin is a peer-to-peer system, so there is no central authority. Instead, Bitcoins are issued to users who help process transactions in the network. This is known as Bitcoin mining.
Biz owns Bitcoin miners, right? This is when I say CleanSpark is a Bitcoin miner. You got Riot Blockchain is a Bitcoin miner. Marathon Digital is a Bitcoin miner. You got Hut 8 is a Bitcoin miner. It's different companies that mine Bitcoin, okay? Bitcoin exists because of the miners. Biz is an investor into the Bitcoin miners. When I show my account on the screen, I own a Bitcoin miner because I'm invested into this part of the Bitcoin. Okay, this is what I'm invested in. I understand what Bitcoin is, and I understand the value of the Bitcoin miners. So I'm invested into the Bitcoin. And what did he say? The Bitcoin is the internet's money. It's the internet's money. The internet runs everything. We all on the internet right now. You can't go anywhere without Wi-Fi. It's a new form of money for the internet. You need internet everywhere. If we lose Wi-Fi connection, we all gonna be miserable as hell. Understand the power of what they're saying, right? Biz is invested into these miners, because that is one of the heart and soul of Bitcoin is the Bitcoin miners. So I'm looking for my opportunity. Where's my opportunity that I can create some type of wealth? My belief is in Bitcoin. And what is one of the things that controls Bitcoin the most? The Bitcoin miners. So I'm taking my opportunity to invest into the miners because I'm literally trying to grow my wealth, right? If I had a lot of wealth, I would be invested into the actual Bitcoin, right? Because I want to maintain my wealth. So if I had $10 million, I would probably have 5 million into Bitcoin. And I would probably have a couple million, maybe $1 million into the miners, because I want to grow that $1 million into more money, but I want to stably keep the majority of my wealth into the actual asset, right? Because I want to make sure I maintain my wealth. That's why I would put more money into the actual Bitcoin. I hope you guys understanding this, right? I'm not going to risk all of my wealth into the miners. I want to own the actual hard asset, which is the Bitcoin. But I am trying to grow my wealth to 1 million, 10 million, whatever million. So I'm invested into the part of the Bitcoin that's one of the heart and souls of Bitcoin. You can't make Bitcoin without the miners. The miners are the ones generate the Bitcoin, right? Without Bitcoin miners, there is no Bitcoin. So I'm invested into CleanSpark, which is a Bitcoin mining company. Okay. So the direct price of Bitcoin affects my portfolio because I'm invested in the Bitcoin miners. I'm in this ecosystem. So that's why Biz is more invested into the miners, because I'm literally trying to grow, make couple million.
Bitcoin miners are specialized computers that do the work required to verify and record transactions in the blockchain. As a reward for their work, the miners earn bitcoins, And this is how new Bitcoins are released into circulation. The system is programmed so that only 21 million Bitcoins will ever exist.
That is so major. It's only 21 million Bitcoins that will ever exist. After there's 21 million Bitcoins, there will be no more Bitcoins put into circulation. So understand what they just said, right? So the Bitcoin miners are the ones putting this Bitcoin into circulation. This is why Biz invested into it. So let's see. Let's go back a little bit. Right here with this peer-to-peer. Right here. Let's go.
Authority. Instead, Bitcoins are issued to users who help process transactions in the network. This is known as Bitcoin mining. Bitcoin miners are specialized computers that do the work required to verify and record transactions in the blockchain.
So my Bitcoin mining company are the ones that's verifying the transactions on the blockchain, right? So it's a big part of the system. It actually keeps the system going. And for that, what those computers do, they verify the transactions on the blockchain, and they are rewarded Bitcoins for their verification process. So CleanSpark right now is rewarded like 20 Bitcoins a day. So the company is growing because they're verifying these transactions, and they are got so many machines, right? That's why every time I see an article where CleanSpark is getting more machines, it makes me more excited, because the amount of machines they get, the amount of Bitcoin they get rewarded, right? So right now we at like 20 Bitcoins a day, give or take. Some days it might be 18, some days you might get 22, right? Because of the amount of computers we got, we get in around 20 Bitcoins a day. They have purchase orders, okay, that's bringing them more miners in, so they trying to get around 30 to 40 Bitcoins a day, right? So if they're making that many Bitcoins and the price of Bitcoin starts to rise, that means the miners are going to be capitalizing in a major way. And that price of Bitcoin rising, the mining company is going to get what? More valuable, and do what? Grow over time, right? And I understand this. This is why I'm in the miners. Okay?
As a reward for their work, the miners earn Bitcoins, and this is how new Bitcoins are released into circulation. The system is programmed so that only 21 million Bitcoins will ever exist. And
you see how that's different than the monetary system we got now? Because they could just print money over and over again. So you really chasing this dollar that they just keep printing over and over and over again. Well, Bitcoin has a cap on it. You can't just keep printing it over and over and over and over again. It stops at a cap. It's no more will ever be in circulation. This is why it's so valuable and so rare, right? It's a rare form of currency, which allows the price to appreciate in a massive way. Because there's only a certain amount of Bitcoins that will ever be made. It's not like the dollar where they could just turn on a printing press and, oh, we need $5 billion. Let's start the machines. Now you start the machines, you just put $5 billion into the circulating supply like we already have. Bitcoin's total opposite. It's capped. You can't get but so many. This is why you see the value rising so rapidly over time. This is why you get the volatility in Bitcoin while it goes up and down and you get scared out of your money. Stop thinking about that. Think about what happens when this Bitcoin is capped and can't nobody get no more. Think about that. Then the value is going to go crazy, right? Every 4 years, they halve the supply of Bitcoin, which makes it what? More valuable, right? So you're looking at it right now. Don't be pissed off around December, at the end of this year, the beginning of next year, January, February next year, when Bitcoin's sitting at $80,000. And you're looking at it now at $40,000 and you're saying it's too much. Stop thinking about the price. Think about what you're buying, the asset. What is it? It's right here. It's telling you. This is how I can say with faith that Bitcoin is definitely going to appreciate over time. I can see a world where people are really not even worried about real estate no more. I could definitely see that. And everybody just want Bitcoin. Because you got to think about it. What is your house? It's a store of value, right? Your house is a store of value. But you can't just pick up and take your house and go around the world But guess what you could do with Bitcoin since it's digital? You could put that digital wallet in your pocket and pick up and go anywhere in the world and still have your Bitcoin. It's still the same concept. Think about it. It's a store of value, just like your house. Right? You see the volatility swings because any given moment somebody could just push sell. Right? That's why you get the volatility. With your house, however, it's more stable because everybody knows whoever sold a house, you put your house on the market, it's not going to sell that same day. It's going to take you 30 to 90 days to get that house sold. You might have to take less money than the market is asking. But with Bitcoin, you can buy and sell it right now. I can sell it, push sell, sold, right? So whatever goes on in the world to make somebody sell their asset, and what would that be? A buying opportunity. Once again, I believe we're going to come back down towards $35,000. Once we get around there, what would that do? It would scare the shit out of everybody that's involved in Bitcoin. People will be selling their Bitcoin, forgetting about the future potential of this asset, right? That's when I'll come in and start buying it up for the cheap price, which is $35,000. People say $35,000 is expensive. Well, you're not thinking, because in 10 years, this might be worth $1 million of Bitcoin, right? Just like your oceanfront property in Miami is worth 10, 20 million. Bitcoin is the same type of asset. It's comparable to real estate, right? Now, what happens when these big banks start piling into Bitcoin? Where you think the price gonna go? Once again, like 3 days ago, they just approved an ETF for Bitcoin on the United States Stock Exchange. But we know everything about the wig. We know everything about the egg. We know everything about the egg, but you don't know that they just 2-3 days ago approved the ETF and put Bitcoin on the United States Stock Exchange in the form of an ETF 2 or 3 days ago. Think about the future. So literally 2 or 3 days ago, they just approved it. They just put their stamp on it. But Bitcoin been around 10 years. Had you been in it, you'd be good. But what happens when Microsoft starts adding it to their balance sheet? What happens when Google starts adding it to their balance sheet? And they just told you it's a limited supply, right? It's a limited supply. So what happens when all these big banks start piling their money into it? Where the fuck you think the asset gonna go? Up. Period. It's going up. It might not go up tomorrow, the next day, the next month. But in 10 years, I could see 100,000, 200,000, 250,000. Yeah, I could see that. Because now it's starting to get validated, right? People are starting to believe in it, even at these high level prices, which you think is high. What happens when it's worth $250,000 a coin? What happens when it's worth $1 million a coin? And you still sitting at your house talking about, I don't know what this is. And your kids definitely not going to know what it is because they learning from you. Right? They're not thinking about it because you're not thinking about it. Then it's $1 million a Bitcoin. And then when it's $1 million, guess what you're going to say? Oh, it's too much. Come on, man. It's a baby born every day. Somebody will be buying a Bitcoin for $1 million in the future. It's not that many millionaires in the world. Okay. It's not enough Bitcoin for everybody to have 1 million Bitcoins. Just to let you know that. It's not enough. It's a cap on the supply of 21 million. Right now, I think it's 19 million that have already been in circulation. So that's why the halving is so important for people to understand. Every 4 years, they reduce the rewards in half, right? So that's why we're getting closer to that 21 million, but it's going to take longer for those 21 million to be put in circulation than it did the first 19 million. The first 19 million, it was easier for them to mine. The longer it stays around, the harder it takes for a Bitcoin miner to mine the Bitcoin, and they get rewarded less because it's the opposite of the dollar. So I just hope people understand it, man. That's all I'm here for.
And as time goes by, the mining reward decreases. The result is a predictable supply that's governed by scarcity, making Bitcoin somewhat like a digital gold. It's the first currency of the internet, and everyone is free to use it. With Bitcoin, you can send any amount of money to anyone, anywhere in the world, as easily as sending an email. In October of 2009, the first exchange rate was published, listing the value of 1,309 Bitcoins at $1.
Yo, look at that. October 2009, the financial crisis happened in 2008. You could have got crazy to look at that shit. 1,309 Bitcoin for a price of $1. Ooh, hey, let's do the math on that. All right, so you got 1,309 times 42,000. Yo, 54,978,000. So that $1 that you invested would be worth $55 million today. If you were to put $1, $1 American dollar, it'd be worth 55 million today. A lot of BET, huh? This is why I say you ain't paying attention. You worry about the wrong shit. If you would have put $10 in there, it starts to add up, right? 55 times 10. If you would have put $100 in there, you'd be a billionaire. But the rappers, social media, he say, she say, Real Hollywood Wives of Atlanta, whatever the fuck you watching, YouTube. Let's go look at this bullshit. $1. But you wasn't paying attention. It's not too late. You just missed the super come up, right? But what you gonna do about it? You gonna keep bitching and complaining that the price too high? That's what you gonna do? And you stop worrying about that shit and worry about the future potential. You better worry about it, that. And what your grandkids and your great grandkids gonna end up with, right? If the first 12 years produce this amount of return, what about the next 20 years? Your great grandkids will be fabulously wealthy. Just pay attention. One Bitcoin would have got you 1,309 Bitcoins. $1 would have got you that many Bitcoins in October of 2009. This was a creation to respond to the financial crisis of 2008. So you see it right here. You've been worth $55 million. You wouldn't have had to do shit else for the rest of your life off of $1. You're so worried about what the next person talking about. You consume yourself with drama, right? Me too, because I wasn't paying attention to this shit either. Now I feel like a dummy, right? So you think I'm gonna let the next 12 years mess me up? You think I don't want to be on this train for my great grandkids? It's only been 10 years, people, just so you understand that. 12 or 13 years. How long has the internet been around? A long ass time. Now, what happens when Bitcoin grows to that maturity? Where could it possibly be? This is what we need to think about. Stop worrying about the money. Stop worrying about the price. Right? Don't worry about the price. Worry about the ownership. Because I don't want that dollar you see on the screen. Right? I want that 1,309 Bitcoin. That's what I want. I don't want that dollar. Just pay attention.
Bitcoins were cheap, and through the following year, they continued to trade for fractions of a cent. In the spring of 2010, a Florida man named Laszlo decided to try using his Bitcoins to purchase something. He offered...
Yo, Meek, I see you. You said interact with your audience. I accept that. Right? I accept that. I am interacting with my audience by getting the information out. If I focus too much on the chat, I'll get sidetracked. The information is so valuable that I already saluted everybody. Miss Akimi, if you think that's more important than this information, I'm sorry. If you feel offended. Meek, you in here. I see you was in here. I'm sorry that you feel offended, but the information is what's more interactive. I'm interacting with you guys by giving you this information. I see you was here. If you more concerned about the interaction with the audience, I would tell you buy Bitcoin. That's what I could tell you. I don't want to feel like I'm disrespecting you. I see you, but what I'm talking about is more important, if you understand. And when I'm finished, I can interact with the audience all day long, right? I interact with the audience every day in everybody's chat. So I'm trying to get the valuable information to people. It's not necessary for me to stop and say, hi, what you doing? Hi, because that's wasting time, right? I want you to learn about the asset. So I'm interacting with you by trying to teach you about the asset. So what I want to ask you is, what is Bitcoin? Miss Meek, can you put in the chat, what is Bitcoin? Because if you're worried about me interacting with the audience and you're not catching the message, tell me what is Bitcoin. I'll wait. You gonna put anything in there? Take the message. I'll get to the audience. I'm worried about everybody in here, but what's more important is what I'm talking about. Is, as simple as that. You got to realize this stream is not going to be monetized. This is not one of those streams where I'm worried about what the audience is saying to a T. I said we're going to get the questions after. If you look on the screen, the video is almost over. So I don't want you to feel disrespected. Miss Akimi in the building, appreciate you. Energy, appreciate you. But you was here, that's fine. You can leave if you want. But I'm trying to get a bag, and I'm trying to help people understand the currency. Then we could talk and chat. The message is more valuable than that, in my opinion. This is I do everything for a reason. If I focus too much on a chat, just like now, I've been talking about it for 3 minutes. We could have been done with the video, and then we could be interacting with the chat, right? I've been talking about it for 3 minutes because you interrupted with that. I saw you. I can see, right? It's a time and a place for everything. Let's get the information out. Let's get an understanding, and then we could talk and have fun, right? I'm not being rude, but I'm just telling you the truth. Sorry about that. Sorry if you feel a certain way. Sorry about if you feel a certain way. I'm not trying to disrespect you. Just want you to understand that this information is more valuable than me saying hi. But I'm going to do you a favor, and I'm going to put hi on the screen so you know that I'm interacting with you. Hi. Okay? Sorry. All right? Now let's get back to Bitcoin and why you should understand it. Okay? It's almost done. Look on the screen. Video is almost over.
Offered 10,000 Bitcoins to anyone who would buy him pizza. A man in London accepted and placed a long-distance phone call, ordering him 2 pizzas from Papa John's. This is generally acknowledged as the first Bitcoin transaction for a tangible good.
Whoa, that was expensive pizzas. 10,000 Bitcoins for 2 pizzas. That was the first transaction in Bitcoin's history, solidifying the network. So they put a $10,000 Bitcoin value on 2 pizzas. And if you can see right now, that would be worth a substantial amount of money. So whoever is the guy that sent those 10,000 Bitcoins, I know he's pissed off right now. Whoa, that's crazy.
Most Googled word in the US right now by far is Bitcoin. 1.9 million searches per month. I don't know why so many people are still searching Elvis. And then Disney World, Spider-Man, whatever, right? Look on the right side. Globally, Bitcoin is more than almost all the searches combined. Bitcoin is the most searched word in the US and in the world by far. And why is that?
You see how patience is a virtue, Miss Meek? It's over with. You would have waited 2 more minutes to type that. You wouldn't even have had to type it because the video is now over with. But yeah, Bitcoin is the most searched word in the world. All right. So hopefully you got a kind of understanding of what it is, why it was created, and things of that nature. And the main point I wanted to make was don't worry about the price. Worry about the future. Okay. Worry about the future of the asset. Worry about the asset. Obtaining ownership of the asset. Because the day-to-day price swings is scare the shit out of you. Okay. You'll be so terrified because it's dropping, it's going up, it's dropping. You're like, man, I don't want nothing to do with that. Just think about the future. You know, where's the value? The value is in the asset, not the price. Okay. So understand that. So Audrey in the building, Meek in the building, appreciate you. Exodore Hamlin, appreciate you pulling up. Said don't worry about that. You're doing good. Appreciate you, bro. And that's pretty much it with that. Miss Akimi said no offense. She's listening. All right. So thank you for staying around, Meek. I'm cool. You know, I just wanted to get that information to you. So hopefully we have a better understanding of what Bitcoin actually is and why it was created, because I was getting a lot of questions in the chat about it. Like, you know, and I want to address it. And that's it. So now we got that out the way. Once again, this video will not be monetized because the stuff I was playing, I had the song in the beginning. Then you got some of this, that Nipsey Hussle video is a copywritten video, but it's more important what he said. It's more important what these people say than for my pockets to be lined with pennies. Okay, I want people to get the information, right? The information is more valuable than my pocket to be lined with pennies, you know? So thank you, Miss Meek. I'm sorry, you know, I'm sorry, but now I'm interacting. See how I can see you talk now, right? It said people are my family, think I'm crazy when I'm doing, but that's all right. They better not come to me when I'm retired before I hit 50. Facts, right? Enjoy the live stream, Biz. Great job. Appreciate you, Miss Yo Thoughts. So I'm not, you know, anybody have any questions? Now's the time I want to interact with the audience. So what's up, Miss Meek? You got a question for me? Turn up. I got you. I'm here. I'm willing to help you. Matter of fact, let's lighten the mood for Miss Meek. See, Biz is funny. You know, I like to be funny too. You know, I don't like to just be all the time focused on money because that'll turn people off. But we gonna laugh a little bit. Look at this. Let's laugh.
Yeah, ain't nothing. Get off the runway, big dog.
The runway?
Get off the runway. I told you, big
Man,
dog.
why you got a fan on your back?
Listen, I'm getting ready to take flight. Didn't I tell you I was gonna take flight for real? 747. 747. I'm finna go. I'm going up there, big dog.
You going up there?
Goddamn sure will. I'm finna take flight. Yeah.
What you mean? You wanna take flight, man?
I'm going to see Scotty. I'm going up there. 747. I told you I was going. You wanna go with me? Get on my back. I think.
Man, you got a fan on your back, man.
Ain't no goddamn fan. This is my motor. I'm gonna take flight, big dog. Now watch out,
Man, why you out here in the street with this fan, man?
You on the runway, big dog.
Man, it's 4 in the morning, man. You tripping, bro. Man, y'all gotta stop tripping in the neighborhood, man.
Ain't no stop tripping, man. I'm 747. I'm take flight.
Come on, man.
I'm finna go, big dog. Get out the way.
What?
I'm finna take flight.
So what the fan supposed to put you in the sky?
I just took that 747. I'm finna go. I got to go, big dog. I'm here now. I'll be back, big dog.
747. I'm about to take flight. So, okay, I see Married Man in here. He said he got questions about the credit. I'm cool. I'm good with that. If you got any questions, something like that, let me know. And just put it in the chat or however you want to ask. I got the link pinned at the top. If you definitely want to come up and ask, we can have an exchange dialogue on that. You know, so it's up to you how you want to do this. You know, I'm here to answer questions. Anybody have anything they want to bring to the table? Now is the time. It say Miss Akimi put, please show some love to the host. Oh, it's all right, Juicy Fruit. You know, I ain't worried about it. It said email. Okay, you email me, that's fine. I'm gonna be looking for it. I gotta go through my email and clean out the spam, but I definitely can help you with any kind of credit tips I like to do that. You know, I got a decent credit score. So, you know, I'm trying to help people with that as well. You know, because credit is very powerful in this world too. That helps you get loans, which will help you get a mortgage, you know, help you establish some type of credit foundation for your family, and help you with interest rates. The higher your credit score, the lower interest you have to pay when you borrow money. So I like to do that. He said he about to email me now. Bet I'm gonna go check it. Mr. Kimi, thank you for dropping this invaluable information, Biz. Always dropping straight gems. Yep, I appreciate it. It say I have meme coin, Ethereum, Bitcoin, XRP. Bruh, I got XRP. Exodor, Hamlin, listen to me, sir. I just start buying XRP. This XRP is a number 5 cryptocurrency in the world. Ethereum, Bitcoin, man, XR Hamilton is doing the thing right there. Those 3, he got Ethereum, Bitcoin, and XRP. Those gonna be some of the, I believe they're gonna be valuable. Okay, right now XRP is at like 60 cents, 50 cents, like 55, 60 cents. Right, you can get 1 XRP for 50 cents, 60 cents. I've been buying XRP lately because I have established position in my Bitcoin miner, which I use as my Bitcoin, if you understand, because like I said, the direct price of Bitcoin is going to help the Bitcoin miners, right? The higher the Bitcoin goes up, the more valuable the Bitcoin miner is going to be. So I have a substantial position in the Bitcoin miner, which my favorite one is CleanSpark, right? It's a bunch of miners. You could take your own pick, but I like CleanSpark. That's my favorite one. And then you got that XRP. XRP can literally be, you know how they coming out with this digital currency, right? And they're going to be trying to do away with the paper dollar. Well, XRP is a platform that is big enough to control a lot of transactions in the world if they were to switch to the digital form of money. And I feel like XRP could be a baseline for that. And that's why I'm buying it, because XRP, if they do go to digital currency, XRP is going to explode. And I can see that. I've seen price predictions. Don't take no price prediction and invest off a price prediction. But I've seen price predictions of $10,000 per XRP in the future, right? So I'm taking it now while it's 50 cent, 60 cent to get some ownership, right? I've been buying. That's what I've been buying lately. I have I have a little bit of Shiba Inu. That's just a hype dream in case it goes to the moon. Then I have Crowcoin. Crowcoin is Crypto.com's native token. And Crowcoin is around 10 cents. I've been buying it when it was like 5 cents. So I doubled my money on that investment, but it's not over with. I feel Crowcoin could at least hit $1. Right? So I have Crowcoin. I have CleanSpark, Crowcoin, XRP, and XRP is the one now that I want to build up, because my Crowcoin, I have over 100,000 Crowcoin. So I'm cool with that investment. I got a nice bit of money in XRP, somewhere around $10,000 that I have invested in XRP. I got like 110,000 XRP. So now I need to build out, Crowcoin. So now I need to build out my XRP position. So my focus has been on buying XRP. That's where I've been buying. So I believe in XRP's future. Okay. So it say, Biz, can you put your email in the chat? Oh yeah. Got you, Miss Juicy. He said he got $3,000 in XRP. Shoot, I'm trying to get that much. I've been just buying. Let me put this email in the chat. So it's 49ERBIZ. Well, you guys know it's a .com. I don't know if that dot is gonna mess up the chat, so I just put that. Will it work? That's my email right there. 49 is my best team in the world. It say, Biz, would you consider being a paid broker for beginners in the game? Nowadays, Miss Energy is it's websites and stuff. You don't need to broker, like being a stockbroker or something like that is pretty much like neutralized, because they have platforms like Robinhood, you know, where zero fees and stuff. Everybody can have their own their own broker. And you use like Robinhood or Webull. My favorite platform to buy my stocks is on Webull, right? So I say, what about ChargePoint, Biz? ChargePoint has been going through some stuff. So you see the prices drop. I still believe in the electric vehicle area. As you can see, electric vehicles everywhere around you. So I would now, I think I seen ChargePoint around $2. So I'm like, man, ChargePoint could be a great value buy right now, right? It's just same like what happened with CleanSpark when it dropped all the way low like that. Next thing you know, you saw it taking off. So once the electric vehicle craze come back around, ChargePoint will definitely do well in that environment. I haven't checked the news on ChargePoint because all the attention has been around this Bitcoin ETF. But now that it's over, you know, next thing we looking forward towards is this halving, and it's a good opportunity to look into ChargePoint and see what's been going on with the company now that I'm seeing it at a price of $2, $3. I seen it drop that low. So I'm like, man, you know, that might be a good opportunity. So now it's time for me to go look and see what's going on with ChargePoint, you know, because ChargePoint is going to be the infrastructure for the electric vehicles. Like, they are electric vehicle charging stations. So like when you see, mostly I see Tesla's charging stations everywhere, but if you go to the mall and stuff, you will see some charging stations from ChargePoint. I've seen it multiple times. I was looking like, man, they go a ChargePoint station. So like, just imagine a world where it's so many electric vehicles, you know, that's everywhere, and where they're going to charge these things, right? And if you can think about the gas station, what if you bought Exxon Mobil when it was first starting, right? You'd be rich. You see what I'm saying? So it's way more opportunities in these markets, you know, like, so ChargePoint would be a good investment, but I need to reassess because I haven't seen any news on them in a long time. So I wouldn't just go running right now, put money in there. I need to be up to date on what the business is doing and try to figure out a reason why the stock prices drop, and still think, is it still a good investment? But I feel like ChargePoint, well, last time I checked and did some research on it, I feel like it's a good investment, but I can't say that now because I haven't seen any updated news articles on that. So let's say thanks for sharing, Amelia News Report. Appreciate you pulling up. You know, I appreciate everybody that's in the chat. Anybody got any more questions? Anybody got any more questions? I got the link here. If people want to come ask about the link, hopefully you guys got a better understanding of what Bitcoin actually is and why it was created. That's what this live stream was about. My next live stream, I'm going to take into consideration what Miss Genesis One told me. And she was saying that I should go over, you know, tell people what is the stock market. You know, so my next live stream, I'm going to be talking about what is the stock market and how do you go about using it. So I want to show you some things. Let me see. We're going to go over here. Crypto. This is the updated version of the markets, what's going on in the cryptocurrency world, right? So you got Bitcoin number one. So like as the gentleman was talking about XRP, let me see. Go down. There we go. Right there. See, you see Solana is number 5. XRP is number 6. Bitcoin drives this entire market. This is the godfather. This is the first cryptocurrency ever made. So this is the godfather. And then you got Tether. That's just a stable coin. Okay, this is pegged closely to $1. That's what this is. So what people do, they buy this Tether and then they sell the Tether and buy these other assets. You got BNB. This is a stockbroker. A crypto exchange. This is their native token. It's at $300 a piece. Then if you see right here, XRP, this is what the gentleman was talking about. It's 57 cents, right? But it's the number 6 cryptocurrency in the world at 57 cents. So I'm literally trying to expand my position in this XRP. I got like maybe I think $500 in XRP, right? And I'm trying to grow that position, but once again, you grow it over time. You don't just put a bunch of money in there at once because I want to get the best possible price. So I'm going to average my. That's the next one that I'll be buying is XRP. Then you have Cardano down here. This is a good one. Avalanche is also a good one, right? So these are the top 10 cryptocurrencies right here. You see them. The Dogecoin. That's a little meme token. It's 8 cents. It's really no real fundamental value, right? So meme tokens which means everybody just like it just because it's a dog coin. So people buy Dogecoin just because it's a meme coin. It's just like a joke, right? So that it's a crowd for that in crypto land, right? So Dogecoin would be a good meme coin if you just wanted to buy like something just to buy it. You'd be buying Dogecoin. But once again, do your research on all of these and don't. Polkadot is going to be. I think Polkadot is going to do very well. That's $7.60 for one. I think that's going to do very well in the future, right? So everything I'm thinking about is the future. Solana is up here at number 5. That's a good one too. So let's see if any other questions in this chat. Meek, it ain't no lesson. You all right. Don't be like that, Miss Nice. I think you a female because of that name, Meek. So you all right. Ain't nobody mad at you. You all right. You see, I was coming to the chat. I just had to get that out the way. Then I come to the chat. Right now is the time. If you have any questions, I just see what about ChargePoint? I see Energy, Amelia News Report, So like I'm saying, right now I'm asking if anybody have any questions and nobody's really saying anything. So I don't want to hold this live stream forever. So if you guys have anything you want to say or comment about, now's the time. I give it about 5 more minutes. It say PAX Gold is doing great. Clean. What is PAX Gold? Is that a crypto or is that a stock? PAX Gold. Let me check in this crypto. See. Let me see. PAX Gold. Search. There we go. It's crypto. So let's see. We click on that. Whoo! $2,000 for one. Let's see the chart. So we're gonna go to a month. We look them up. All right, so it went down. You could have got it possibly picked up some underneath 1,000. So and it went up as high as $2,061. So this I don't know about this crypto. I could probably do it. Say, oh, that's not that's some rehold something. Experience seamless and secure trading with the IMX PAX crypto swap on rehold. Take advantage of rehold swaps, best rates and minimum. So what is this? This must be an exchange. Is that an exchange token? Wondering if that's an exchange token. Crypto, yep. I do, but it's dealing with some personal info. I can't stay up here. I can't say up here, bro. Oh, that's fine. I ain't gonna mess. No. We go. All right, I'm back. I don't know what happened, but that joint just kicked me out. So if anybody got any questions, comments, concern, I'm gonna be looking for your email, and we could get to it on that level in the emails. And other than that, I ain't trying to hold you up. I just came on in case anybody had any questions. Hopefully you got a better understanding of what Bitcoin is and why it was created, and focus more on the asset than the price, and focus on ownership. Ownership is the key to wealth. If you don't have no ownership, you should not even be worried about trying to be wealthy, because you got to have ownership. Ownership is the key to wealth. And I don't know. I'm just up here, I guess, until somebody say something or somebody got any questions. But pay attention to the Bitcoin halving that's coming up. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I appreciate everybody coming in. Let me see if I got any cash apps to so I could say thank you to the people if you did send any cash apps. Yes, I did. I got Miss Akimi and I got God Space. Appreciate you guys. And Self Awareness sent me $10 the other day. And so I appreciate all you guys. So we got Miss Akimi. She said it's for the Bitcoin fund. And we got God Space, $10. All right. So we're gonna put this in the Bitcoin fund. Matter of fact, I would give out some Bitcoin right now, but I feel like we're going lower. So it makes no sense for me to give it to you now when I feel like it's going lower. But I will update the fund. Once we get to that level where I think it's time to buy, that's when I'm gonna start giving out Bitcoin. Right now, I don't think it's a good time to buy. What I would do, what I recommend, let me change this. What I recommend is, thank you, Miss Akimi. Thank you, God Space. Right, so we got 70 in the Bitcoin fund. Boom, save. All right, what I recommend. Oh, and for those of you that's trying to figure out why the Bitcoin fund went down, remember when DMD had a mishap with his computer? I sent him some money out of the Cash App for that, to try to help his hard drive. Because we all together on the team. When I saw his computer get messed up, I felt very bad. So I sent him Cash App. I sent him like $100 Cash App to try to help with his computer, and he ended up reaching his goal. So hopefully his computer would come back, and I felt that would be good, at least from my channel and people that support me that knows that we help DMD with his situation. So that's why the Bitcoin fund dropped. But I did put more money in there out of my pocket too. So I think I put $50 in there. So that's why we started with 50 today. I put $50 in there. So we got 50 plus the 20 that you guys sent to my Cash App, which I appreciate. And as you can see, I always put it on the screen. So let's put it back on the screen. Let you guys know, boom, that I'm not playing with the community. All right. So that's what happened with the other Bitcoin fund, because DMD is a great content creator. He gives us laughs and jokes. I'd rather watch DMD watch these cornballs than to watch these cornballs. I'd rather watch DMD do it. So that's what's up. Oh, Juicy Fruit, thank you for the Cash App. Genesis 1. I appreciate you. Juicy Fruit sent a $10. Appreciate you for that donation. Once again, this stream ain't gonna be monetized because of all those copyright stuff, but I just felt like the information is more valuable. I'm gonna leave this stream up for people to go back and look at it. I might even put up the little segment on my YouTube without me talking on it, so you could go looking through it yourself. I might do that, but I don't know if it's gonna get struck because they sent me copyright violations for that video. So that's what that was. But like I said, I want the information more than the views. It said right now we got a problem. Why you messing with me, Meek Meek? Meek Meek, you all right? You need a hug, Meek Meek. What you doing, Meek Meek? Meek Meek, you got a problem with Biz. This is what Biz wants you to do. Biz wants you to go download crypto.com, okay, and buy you some assets. Or Webull, WEBULL. Download that app, and maybe you could have some help right there. All right, Meek Meek. Oh, somebody just came in the back, but he dropped down. You came up, bro. but you dropped down. If you don't want to come on camera, you could turn your camera off. I saw you for a split second, and then your connection just dropped. I'll stay and see if you come back. All right. I put the link in the top of the chat. It say Genesis 1. I'm heading there in a minute. Don't want to miss anything. Girl, this a replay button. He wrapping up. What's going on? What y'all looking at? What's going on, Miss Genesis 1? What's going on in the world? Somebody must be live. Girl, there is a replay button. He wrapping up. All right. Well, I saw somebody hit the link, so I want to give that person a chance to come back. I just saw it for a split second and they went away. So maybe somebody was trying to ask me a question. I'm gonna give them a chance to come back, and then we can leave. What's going on out here in these YouTube streets? Something must be going on because they talking about girl. I don't want to miss nothing. What's going on? Tell me. Type it. Shoot, somebody live. Somebody acting up. Hopefully they could come back and watch this replay. You're right. It is a replay button. I'm gonna give Meek some Bitcoin the next time she come. Meek, put your Cash App in here since we got a problem. Meek, drop a Cash App. I'm gonna send you $10 in Bitcoin since you want to be mad at Biz. Oh, you scheduled to go live. Oh, okay. Or she can do an upload. All right. Well, I'm not gonna hold your live up. I very much appreciate you, Mr. Kimi, for not starting your live and respecting the channel. That's what's up. Great live. I'm about to get out of here. Let Mr. Kimi go live. Meek, you want a problem? Put your Cash App in the chat. We're gonna settle the problem. I'm gonna send you some Bitcoin. You big old crybaby. But all right, man. Salute to the chat. She said, "You need me, I don't need you." Oh my God, he's tripping. Look at Mary Man. Hey, Mary Man, I was just gonna he said, "Oh, that was you, Exodoi." He said your mic is messed up. Mary Man, I was gonna just give her some Bitcoin so she could shut up. But she's talking about I need her. I don't listen, man. I don't need nobody, man. I'm straight. God love me. So it say, Mary Man, I was gonna drop Bitcoin, but like I said, I feel Bitcoin is going down. It would be counterproductive for me to give somebody Bitcoin right now when I feel it's going to a lower price. I would want to give out the Bitcoin when I felt like it was a buying opportunity, right? If I gave somebody Bitcoin, I wouldn't want it to just go down right in their face because that'll make them mad. You know, like, oh, this is trash. I want to give it to you at a good price where I feel like we could bounce from, which I believe 35,000. I think we could go down to 35,000. So everybody that's looking to get in the asset, be patient. Be patient. A buying opportunity will present itself. We at 42 right now. Just be patient. We might drop down 38, 35, which would be a great entry point around 35,000, in my humble opinion. Oh, he said I was just messing around. I bet. Well, I don't see too many more questions. Hopefully this live stream was informative. And let me get out of here. So if anybody did want to watch the replay, it won't be 4 hours long. So, all right. Nobody want to hit the link. Not too many more questions. Salute to the chat. I appreciate everybody pulling up. Blessings to you and your family. And hopefully, you know, I have opened your eyes a little bit more into what the actual currency is and why I'm so convicted into that. It said, hold up, you never read the chat. That one day I'm acting up, you read the chat. Yeah, no, because I'm finished with my presentation, so now I'm in the chat. I'm looking at the chat. Normally I don't when I'm doing my presentation because I don't want to get sidetracked. But once the presentation over, I'm in the chat. They say I donate to those that need it. Man, listen, man, go get you a brokerage account. Stop with all this babbling. You just babbling right now. Straight up babble. Donate to those that need it. I appreciate your donation if you do donate, but I'm not tripping. So, all right, Miss Juicy Fruit. Everybody in here, we out, man. Let's go back into the YouTube world. Hopefully you got a little better understanding of Bitcoin so far. And her G energy with the laughing faces. I know, right? That lady fucking with me. So, Meek, make sure you bring your tail back here when you see Bitcoin go around 35,000. Biz gonna have a live stream, and I'm gonna be doing some giveaways. Right now, it makes no sense, in my opinion. I think we're going lower, so I don't want to give you something that's gonna go lower as soon as you get it. I feel we going to 35,000. It might take a week or two to get down to those levels. So we'll see. And I appreciate you for coming in here, Meek. Even though you giving me hell right now, I'm just glad you here because the trolling and all that is good, especially if you getting some information. I must be doing something right because you still here. So, all right, Genesis 1 said, love the jokes. Yep, appreciate you. I appreciate everybody in the building. And with that being said, we out of here. Peace out, chat. If you got any questions or something like that, I dropped my email in this chat. So you could go email me, and I can help you. If I can, I will let you know. If I can't, then I'll try to help you. Juicy Fruit. It was somebody in here saying Trina came in here talking about she wants to start a business and she had some ideas and she needed some information, Miss Juicy Fruit. So Miss Juicy Fruit, I think it's almost time for you to start your channel because she was asking about business stuff and I was saying that you need to start your channel because it's people that need you. And once again, you don't have to come on here every day. You see how I come on the stream. I come on every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? So Trina said she need help with her business. So I said, well, Juicy Fruit need to start her channel. So yeah, you missed it. She was up on she came on a panel asking me about t-shirt business and what she had to do to go about starting it. She wanted to start that business. And I said, well, Juicy Fruit you probably encouraging her right now because it's literally people that want to know more about business and how to start a business and about the taxes and all that stuff. And that's right up your lane. So, Miss Nice Lady, I think you need to hurry up and start your channel. And we all will support and help you, you know. And yes, you already know I'm going to be in there trying to help you. We all could help each other. You don't have to come on every day. You don't see me on here every day starting no stream. You know, I only come on once in a while. You could do the same thing. You had my back, man. Look, Meek. I see you in the chats, man. Holla at me. All right, salute to the chat. Salute to everybody in the building. Miss Genesis 1, I hope I gave you a better breakdown and understanding of what Bitcoin is. If you want to watch the replay, that's fine. And I also will do a breakdown on the stock market and what the stock market actually is on my next stream. So shout out to Genesis 1 for giving me the idea to do this because she's the one told me that I should do this. So I appreciate everybody, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Holla at me.